with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I've lied to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Some days you go through the rain. Some days you feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. But the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I've lied to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
空と海が出会うところはどれほど How far it goes 打ち寄せる波をそっと一人見つめてた何も知らずにそうよ期待に応えたいでも気づけばいつも海に来てるのこの道をたどり着く許されないの遠い海空と海が出会うところはどれほど How far it goes 追い風を蹴り途切らせばきっとわかるの If I go there's just no telling how far I'll go そうねみんなとでも幸せそうだわそれはわかるのそうよ自分の居場所があるのってほんと素敵なことよねこの道を進んでく生まれることは同じでも心に響くのは光り輝く目が私
I forgot to check the transition, so I'm not even gonna bother with it. Yeah, legit forgot to check that thing. Yeah, Chase is great. We had a whole discussion on the Discord about it.
The acoustic version is better. It's a fine song at best.
Thank you for re-upping to the bums. Hope. I mean, not Hope. Soul.
Somebody.
Yeah, somebody did it. I chase you. Oh, I gotta. This is gonna have to be a little smaller to get everything in. It's gonna be squished a little. Because like I said, it adjusts differently. I'll fix it some other time. Mark month peak. I can't wait for this. Mark month. A lot of Mark stuff.
months are emotes now, so
what a great stream to ignore while I work.
After.
Yo bums. Oh god, I can't believe I was gonna miss this. Peak has arrived. Is Marcus. What's your favorite Iron Man suit? Mine is Mark V.
Oh my
Marcus.
goodness. Somebody take away his gifted membership.
I was about to say it is Chase. Chase is an underrated JoJo OP. Goes so hard. Why is this better? Yo, JoJo song tier list win, or did you already do it? We have not done it. Yeah, we should do that. I feel like Stand Proud better. Okay, we're done with you. Yo, sorry guys, it's Triggered month now. Definitely not, but Triggered did. It's funny because Mark just released his rewriting Super today, and Triggered released his Don to Don video today. Crazy stuff, because the next thing we're doing is Triggered.
Boy, I'm more interested in talking about Chainsaw Man than talking about Triggered.
Oh, you must have words for it.
Of course I do. I'm me. And Chainsaw Man is Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man is definitely Chainsaw Man. I will agree with that part. Boop, boop, boop. Write the last of these muffs down and get...
Well, he was hyping this up all this time and it's 12 minutes?
Are you serious? I thought it was going to be like a 20-minute boy. Oh, he stinks.
Well, he's getting everything in the thumbnail and the title. The thumbnail shows perfection. The title is Don to Don is actually good, but is Don to Don overrated? Holy crap!
I don't know what to do with this guy. I think JCJ is the last person I need to write. Yep. So let's go. What's up, Gabo, Ivana, Nami the Goat, Priscilla, Jay, Hope, Aries, Dutch, Carlo, Blaze, Narabal, Neo, Jay is Gay, Virent, Varia, Soul, Racketeer, Gamer, and JCJ. Oh, Crimson, last second. Turt, Det, last second.
Notera says, "Goddamn, this layout is ass." Also add.
Stop being here then.
For days.
No. Insult into bag? Who are you, DSP?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy combo. All right. Yeah. So we're talking about Mark. Y'all know how it goes.
Good luck with this one. I hope that you get what you want from this. Boy, I hope.
We are talking about rewriting Dragon Ball GT by Totally Not Mark.
Good luck.
Yeah. So the Buu Saga as a whole was pretty nothing as a rewrite. It was just
can't escape from this mother. Where does he come from? What, Mark?
There was only a...
Is that one expensive? Because it's long.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
there was only a handful of things that happened. Right, let's go into the description. Rewriting Dragon Ball GT has been something I've considered doing for quite a long time.
If I did exist, you guys would be nothing. That dude. Can't talk about it.
Yeah,
it's
can't
too
talk
much.
About it. Yeah, just legitimately can't.
Divine Instinct Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence Goku.
Thank you for the super chat, Dutch. DA, thanks for telling me your thoughts on Frankie backstory. I will keep your thoughts secret as promised.
Thank you very much. It's very controversial, my thoughts on that, and the world can't know.
All the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries, all the single furries.
Thank you for the super chat. So, also the last video y'all revisited, that guy was a plant for a far-right church, and no one can tell me otherwise. It was funny as hell, though.
It went places. It went so many places.
Like, I would honestly not believe that he's a plant.
Hashtag BRINGBACKMARKMONTH.
No.
Yeah, that's one of those things where I'm just
hashtag
like...
NO.
This is such craziness that it has to be a troll. And then you just go, no, actually people believe in it. So,
that guy probably believes in it.
So we just watched the video as voted and we moved on.
Trying again. Rewriting Dragon Ball GT has been something I've considered doing for quite a long time, but in truth never felt pushed to try until today. I've not kept it a secret that I didn't enjoy the story for the most part over the years, but with Dragon Ball Daima now having been released, and with it brandishing what appears to be Akira Toriyama's fix for Goku and the gang as they got transformed to children and journey through the cosmos, I figured now is as good a time as any to try my hand at solving the GT problem, keeping the good, discarding the bad, and in good faith trying to produce a story that retains what fans love about it all, while broadening the net to capture the interest of more. Here's my attempt. He said but here's my attempt. All right, then. Here's this attempt, I guess.
Yeah,
are we speeding it up just a smidge?
Yes, of course. It's 40 minutes. And Mark is a little slow. Speaking, not with...
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be canceled for this, at the very least. That boy got 18 headphones.
Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons.
Thank you for the super chat, Aries. Mark my words, Marco. Mark month is gonna be peak. Okay.
Don't you have that water bottle?
Nami the goat says,
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean Mark is slow DA?
I said what I meant. Yeah! Pink! The best! And no one can tell me otherwise.
Nobody's listening to
Okay,
you.
calm down. I'm just giving my opinion. You can't take that away from me. Is this secret music, Mark?
No way. We can't secret
Is
market.
Mark a music style?
Maybe it wasn't so bad. About 5 years ago, I uploaded a series of rather scathing reviews on the notorious Dragon Ball GT. But despite my largely negative impressions of and experiences with the show, I've never shied away from confessing that there were inarguably some truly fascinating ideas toyed with, genius concepts at play, and some absurdly awesome moments that featured from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's always hard when there are good ideas there and it's just the execution is horrible. And you can just see the pieces and you just go, fix this, tighten this up, lengthen this, and you're good.
Hey, man. No, there's no coming to music, Mark.
Fans are still talking about and enjoying the show, so with Daima looking more and more like Toriyama's version of Dragon Ball GT, I started to wonder if perhaps there could be a way to fix every single issue with GT's writing while keeping it as close to what fans of the series love about it. What?
I will say, though, from what I hear about Daima, it's both fan servicey and like kind of spitting on fans in terms of the lore at the very least.
It's just adding a lot of superfluous information that it just changes nothing really and adds nothing, and there's no point of just even having this.
Well, there's only one way to find out. I'm totally not Mark, and today I'm going to try to rewrite Dragon Ball GT. Pray for me.
Done.
To temper expectations, I am not going to be rewriting 64 individual scripts complete with bespoke dialogue performances. That is not what this video is trying to be. What I instead want to do with this video is
if he had gotten T23 for some characters,
it was just like, okay, no, this is too meta. We can't do this.
extract the best and most iconic.
Or whoever that muff. Yeah, there it is. That's fine. I'm gonna continue my sentence. We all understand what happened there. Or if you would have got that muff that was acnologia.
To be. What I instead want to do with this video is extract the best and most iconic parts of Dragon Ball GT's 4 recognized arcs, and then discard all of the trash. I mean, the rest. Yeah, dispose of the rest, that's what I meant. Doing this will no doubt leave behind considerable gaps in GT's story and open up opportunities for me to get creative, resulting in, I hope, something that feels both like GT, only a little more well structured and perhaps even more compelling. With that out of the way, let's jump into the first arc, the Black Star Dragon Balls. Many of you watching from the States might not recognize the Black Star Dragon Balls arc as GT's first, and to be honest, that alone proves that the American experiment was both
Yabo
justified
says,
and...
have T23 as the new Ghost Rider for Dragon Ball.
I mean, that's basically what Dragon Ball Heroes is.
You know what? He would write a Fire Heroes arc. Absolutely.
Don is next. Chainsaw Man, I'm blowing through that. It is a very fast read.
Yeah.
So
it's not dialogue intensive, and there's quite a bit of action.
arc as GT's first, and to be honest, that alone proves that the American experiment was both justified and a rousing success in my book. But I'm not here to dunk on the series, at least not that much, and to be honest, there's plenty within even this arc we should acknowledge and preserve for a rewrite. When one thinks of Dragon Ball GT, you think of Kid Goku alongside his friends searching the cosmos in order to save the world.
Yeah, that can't be correct because you just said that it skipped over it and a lot of American people wouldn't know it. So what they would think of wouldn't be them going through the universe because they never really saw those episodes. It'd likely be the baby fight or the baby arc for the most part.
I'm very glad that you guys are getting cucked on TTS. That's what you deserve.
Foundationally, I'd like to preserve some of this as it offers plenty of interesting opportunities to push Goku and his wayward companions into action. And speaking of companions, in my view, Pan is a necessary inclusion for this rewrite. She offers a wonderful opportunity to tie the past of Dragon Ball into the future of the series GT is trying to establish. She's a largely blank slate upon which to develop an interesting character, and Toei's initial outline for her in those early episodes put forth
Blaze
a
Rider
wonderful
says,
interesting character, and Toei's initial outline for her in those early episodes
We're gonna have to
put
start
forth
timing
a
some
wonderful
mother.
motivation to inform her story. She
But here's the thing. She was very much a Chi-Chi like, a Videl like, a blah blah blah. If it was a 10-year time skip and she was a wife of someone, it would have been a Toriyama woman. You gotta understand.
hates that she's treated like a kid and wants to earn the respect of the greats that surround her. And so, with that, she's ripe for a great story in my book. Giru, too, is an important inclusion. He's often what I picture when I think of GT, and unlike Pan and Goku, he is a uniquely GT character. Something that I think is important for a show like this to establish.
Pan does not
build
exist
up in order
anymore
to set
at
up
the
its
time.
own identity. Furthermore, his relationship with Pan felt combative and heartfelt at times. Heck, if nothing else, what he stands to offer the gang in terms of mechanical MacGuffins to help progress the plot could be valuable also. And, okay, let's see. Is there anything else that I want to take from this arc? Spaceship had a cool design, I guess. Dr. Mew, fuck no. Lewd? Absolutely not. Okay, let's go on to Baby.
Well, you kind of need Dr. Mew if you want to keep Super 17.
There's also some very fun stuff going on in the Black Star Dragon Ball arcs that harkens back to the original Dragon Ball, which was more about wacky adventures than power scaling,
says,
power creep, and
Kevin
all
is
that.
peaky. Aries Queen says, Solar E.
How did that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen?
This is where I believe Dragon Ball GT accrued 99% of its existing fan base. A fan base that still exists even to this day. And I know that because they've been screaming at me for the last 5 years. But it's easy to see why
I think it's more of because Baby was a good idea, tying back to the Tuffles and the planning and all that stuff. I think it's more people remember Super Saiyan 4 and on.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot more fight heavy. More Super Saiyan 4 near the end of like with the Gogeta and with the Vegeta and everything. More of that.
they like the show so
Because-
much because
I completely forgot that it was that. You go forward a little bit.
and I know that because they've been screaming at me for the last 5 years. But it's easy to see why they like it.
There's this Vegeta, the baby Vegeta, then there's one with big shoulder pads, and then there's the one that we all know. And I completely forgot about that second one until he showed up in what's that Dragon Ball name?
Tenkaichi.
Sparking Zero. Until he showed up there, I was just like, oh crap, he did exist. He was only there for like 10 minutes, and it didn't really matter. So it's more the concept of Baby that I would think that people would remember, but I would think GT people just think of Super Saiyan 4, but I don't know because I don't really.
Yeah, how many people think of Froghead with Frieza when they think of the Frieza transformation? It's probably the last one they think of because it was only around for 2 or 3 episodes.
I think we keep Super 17. It can be tightened up, but we definitely keep it.
The show so much because there's plenty to adore in this section specifically. From start to finish, the concept behind the story as well as its early execution is utterly brilliant. One of the principal challenges Toei faced early on when writing for Dragon Ball GT was how they tried to make it feel more like an organic continuation rather than a poorly conceived and disconnected cash grab. Toei's recognition and ultimate course correction following the first arc made the Baby section by far and away the strongest of the series narratively speaking. Concocting a storyline born from the consequences of the Saiyan's tyrannical past, it was not only compelling but extremely believable as an organic continuation to prior canon events within the Z continuity.
Did GT ever establish if when this planet was taken over, or was the Tuffles planet turned into Planet Vegeta?
I can't remember that part.
Because I think that's something that came later, definitely. But I don't know if it was established here. If it was established here, okay, then the Saiyans were brutal, bloodthirsty, blah, blah, blah. If not, it'd be like Frieza did it. Frieza told us to do it, and we were under his thumb, so I forget.
I particularly found the notion of a Tuffle creation like Baby poignant, with him slowly becoming the very thing he was
The
designed to
almighty
stop.
Jew Hansen says, Mark month, please.
Oh, this is what you want? Us sitting here watching this.
Yeah, I don't think it was taken over here.
A tyrannical monster destroying and enslaving an alien world. This narrative idea facilitates not just a compelling conclusion, but also an emotionally resonant and clear message that no matter how unfairly treated, revenge always runs with it the risk of only further perpetuating suffering and creating new monsters in the process. There's so much about Baby's execution that I adore, so I will definitely be sure to draw from that when I'm rewriting this section. But there are other disparate elements that I thought worked, such as the sacred water from the Garlic Jr. arc being used to bring folks back to normal during the Baby arc. I mean, if you're writing a non-canon story, you might as well use everything at your disposal, and I thought that was pretty clever. Okay, what else? Let's see, I guess I also kind of liked Vegeta introducing himself as the Earth's defender, and... am I forgetting anything? Okay, yeah, I'm kidding. Did you really think I wasn't going to mention what is possibly 90% of the reason people love Dragon Ball GT so much? The insanely popular Super Saiyan 4. I'm by no means a fan of transformations for transformation's sake. I've said as much countless times before, but it's a losing battle trying to keep pushing that boulder up that hill, so let's see what I can work with here. I mean, there's no denying the cultural impact this transformation has had. With its new and striking design changing up the formula of spiky blonde hair.
At this point, I'm gonna be editing this video. This is just taking its content.
Super Saiyan 4 was the best. That's
Yes.
all. Still to this day, even with all the other things introduced.
It was turned. Yeah, we know it was turned into Planet Vegeta. I don't know if it was turned into Planet Vegeta
Under the rule of Frieza, or just because of the tyrannical Saiyans.
I don't
Because
know. Yeah.
If it was done under Frieza's orders, Vegeta could hold up his hand just like, hey, we were told to under the threat of death, so there's plausible deniability there. But if it was just them, then it'd be like, okay, yeah, they're...
No, this is what they wanted. This is what the people want.
Super Saiyan 4 and how it came about was both novel and emotional. Super Saiyan 4 is one of those inextricable elements that defines Dragon Ball GT's identity. That alone makes it worth preserving in my book, and so it's time to move on to Super Android 17.
Don't you do it, Mark.
The Shadow Dragons arc.
Mother! He's joking. He's gonna go back. It's a joke. It's a
Dragons are
bit.
another one of those GT concepts that almost forces you to take a step back and say, you know what, that's a damn good idea. Not only does it marry the show...
Oh.
You were the fool.
What? Okay, I suppose if we need to figure out what's wrong with Super 17, we would have to go back and watch his actual video on it.
Mm-hmm.
to the extent
And you talked about design. The design is good, at least. Come on, Mark.
the franchise, but it does so while also addressing one of Dragon Ball's principal criticisms, that the main cast relied too heavily on the Dragon
Blaze
Balls
Rider
to solve
says,
all of
DA, why do you keep doing this to yourself?
I don't know what I did to myself.
Dragon Ball's principal criticisms, that the main cast relied too heavily
Before
on the Dragon
Frieza
Balls
made
to
him
solve
slave, okay.
all of their problems, with each of the corrupted evil dragons emerging from said balls representing a specific wish asked of them over the course of the series. This, just like the Baby arc, is a concept that is prime and ripe for emotional and thoughtful storytelling. It was just held back by one or two rather substantial issues. Furthermore, and I think I speak for most fans when I say this, the final episode of Dragon Ball GT is one of the most thunderously emotional and final send-offs the series has ever offered. There are
You realize that's kind of crazy that it's only one of the send-offs that the series has offered.
There's like 8 send-offs, and this is one of the best.
of
Okay.
course arguments to be made here that it might not feel very Dragon Ball due to how final it is, but one cannot deny the emotional impact it has had across the world, and we're writing a Dragon Ball GT rewrite, not a Dragon Ball rewrite. And so, with it standing to this day as a monument to the series we all know and love, I think I now have everything I need to start this rewrite. Now that we have an idea of what we want to preserve, let's see if we can
Unbelievable! He's getting rid of all of Super 17.
You don't know that.
This is erasure on the level of Sparking Zero. This is crazy justice for my mans.
I think you're fighting a little big
I
battle.
understand that I am, but I shouldn't be.
Why not?
Cause he's cool.
Never in my life did I ever think DA, who always has something to say, only argument is because he's
In
cool.
Dragon Ball, that is the substance. That is the reason for things existing. And therefore, he should exist because he's cool. I would not say this for Aruma. I would not say this for Ultimate Warrior Kyoshi or Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. But for Dragon Ball, if this all we got, this all I can say. It's like Patrice O'Neal. It's like all dudes want is the booty. It's like, well, if that's all you got, then that's all that I want. And this all that they got, so that's all that I can ask for. He's a whole lot cooler than half them dumb in Black Star Dragon Balls.
Yeah, but that's not fair because half of them stink on ice.
Okay.
Oh,
says,
he's...
How to fix GT make it cooler, nice mark.
Yeah, that's it, really.
Of this story that improves things. It's worth pointing out that correcting a story shortcomings with the benefit of like 30 years
Is
worth
that
of
okay? Is this? I don't think this is okay.
I think this is more of a celebration than a mockery, so it
Why
might be okay.
exactly is she? Why does she think of Mexican when she thinks of celebration?
Insight is a far easier task than that which Toei undertook.
You know what? It could just be a nod to the fans of Mexico because they do love them some Dragon Ball.
No.
You never know.
Cummings with the benefit of like 30 years worth of hindsight is a far easier task than that which Toei undertook in 1996.
We can't think about
in fact,
that, Dad.
in 2005, a producer of GT, Kozumo Shita, said that in an
Yeah, there's a Mexico in
We
Dragon.
can't think about that. We can't think about that. It's, you know, it's fine. Yes. How about yes? How about just yes? Now what? Disprove it.
I can't disprove it.
Exactly.
It becomes a problem because that Earth is not our Earth.
Isn't there a character named Flan? Or Flan?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a Mexican dish.
Yeah, but it's just a word. It could be anything.
From
Goku is a
and
word.
That's just an attire, so it could be
No,
anything.
there's a very
I'm just
substantial
saying,
attire.
if we're using the argument,
We're not using the argument for your benefit.
1996. In fact, in 2005, a producer of GT, Kozumo Shita, said that in an effort to retain the time slot DBZ occupied, they needed to produce a new story. It's anyone's guess at this point as to how long they had to prepare for this creative venture, but whatever the schedule looked like, a plan had been written up detailing 26 episodes worth of plot outlines. However, by the time they had completed the third script, a certain realization was made.
Aries Queen says, when I think of Christmas, I think of Mexican food, DSP.
Boy, hey, next week, y'all, DSP clips, get them together.
we need to like put in a thread or something.
Mm-hmm.
Either in viewer requests, we'll throw the DSP part, just so we can collect them.
Yep, that's fair. There are Native Americans in Dragon Ball, so maybe Mexico exists. Hey.
Oh, if there's Native Americans, then there would be America.
No,
Or what would become America?
No, because they could just be indigenous people, and not necessarily Native Americans.
No,
Just like
sure, but
black people
this
are
is
called African American, but they're just
this
African.
is too far. This is going too far. It's fine. It's fine. It's Dragon Ball. Don't think about it.
That this was hella boring. And you know what? It was. Also, Super Android 17 was so bad that it somehow made a story about merging the mortal world and hell with all of the past villains boring? How do you even do that?
Unbelievable, Mark.
No
You're
justice.
breaking my heart.
No justice for Super
I-
17.
I'm the main proponent of Mark Month, and now he's just canceled it. He's done it.
I was gonna give it to you guys. Look, it's downloaded and ready right here. Mark 'em up. Oh, Phil.
There's an American flag in OG Dragon Ball. Of course there is.
That's impossible. Yeah, there was Hitler.
That was a movie. That was a movie.
That means nothing.
That was a movie. I think that we can let it slide.
Then we should let GT slide
But
with the
they
Mexican.
also did not say he was Hitler. It was somebody with the Hitler iconography, so that could have been anybody.
That's not. No.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Could have been anyone.
Why don't you rewrite into something good instead of OG deleting it, you coward?
Yeah. That's very good, because you said it's a good idea of merging the two realms, and you could do stuff with that.
Yeah.
Instead of just not do.
Ninja Murasaki had an American flag to hide himself in the trees.
Yeah, there we go. So America exists, and they're saying therefore there's no reason to believe that Mexico would also not exist.
Disprove it, I guess.
Now we have two diamonds in the rough to work with, the Baby and Shadow Dragon's arcs.
He just straight up erased the bad arcs. Machine Gun Shell, the
Jason.
best.
Off topic, but something revolutionary happened. Last of US 21 is finally changing the image on screen than having one screenshot.
Why are you looking at his channel? He doesn't exist outside of this, of when we look at him on stream. I don't think about that muff. But yeah, the hunt for the Dragon Balls and Super 17 is just gone. It's crazy.
Now, something I admired Toriyama for doing during the Saiyan and Frieza material was how well each story thread fed into and informed the next. Raditz sequences into Vegeta, fantastic.
No, come on, you can't plot progression.
They coming. That's what it is. Here they come.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic plot progression.
Like, it's legitimately just the basis of storytelling to go, hey, we're setting up the next thing. It's not like it's working into the...
Chainsaw Man. I have a lot of words. Chainsaw Man.
Good words, though.
Oh, great words.
All I need to know is, what do you think of Power?
There was never any question about that.
Thank you. That's all I needed. Anything else? I don't care.
There was never any question.
I don't care.
It was always gonna be what it was always gonna be.
Who necessarily facilitates Frieza's entry into the story also. So jumping from the Black Star Balls to Baby, only to then jump into...
I like how he just didn't continue that thread. Cause it's just like, oh, there's some androids coming. And it's like, oh yeah, there's a Boo. I like how he mentions the ones that worked and then just foregoing everything else. Didn't even talk about OG Dragon Ball.
Yeah, didn't talk about anything before or after this block. Because it doesn't really inform like that.
The dude just rocks up and just like, hey, y'all in danger.
I hope you know. You heart.
Entry into the story also. So jumping from the Black Star Balls to Baby, only to then jump into Super Dumpster Fire 17, with little at all connecting them, rob the story of consequence and, well, drama.
Mark, you
Hey,
gotta
Mark,
realize
did
that
you like
androids-
Cell? Then make it 17.
Isn't this essentially Dragon Ball Z? An arc leads into another arc, and then there's an android arc that just comes out of nowhere? Isn't that just Z? You are rewriting it, Mark.
Yeah, make it work together.
Yeah, you can make it.
You guys defeating the dragons split reality or broke reality, so heaven and hell is merging. Done.
Or a piece of Baby leaked into old Jiro's lab, and he's like,
The
oh,
T-Rex 525
extra
says,
machines or something.
BBZ had one moment of connection. Now it's all connected all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, you mention the things that do connect, and then you don't talk about the things that don't.
They want drama in this bitch. So,
Energy. Thank you for re-up to the bums. You're a wholesome bro.
It would have been a perfect time if it was a spirit bomb on screen. You failed. We've all failed, really.
begin. What this rewrite needs are character arcs for old and new characters alike. One of the many issues I had with GT back in the day was that it all but discarded the character of Oob, which, God, okay. It makes me...
Thank you for re-up to the bums, Jinx. Is this where the video starts? Timestamps would have helped.
angry even thinking about it. Goku had spent the years between the end of Z and GT training this guy, only for them to introduce us
Goodbye,
to him again,
son.
and then
You're the reason
say
I'm
goodbye.
dead.
And even more irritating, it establishes and outlines a fantastic arc for Pan, only to then abandon it in favor of making her an annoying damsel in distress for Goku to save like 20 times. But to be clear, my issue isn't that Pan gets saved a bunch. My issue was that that's all she was. It culminated with nothing. She's annoying, she gets into trouble, and that's it. In my version of events, Pan is introduced the exact same way, as this energetic girl who's a skilled fighter, eager to prove herself as a warrior to those with
Killed that guy.
And in his life, B. Yeah, he's gotta be dead.
Girl who's a skilled fighter, eager to
No, she didn't knee him in the back,
the
so.
exact same way as this energetic girl who's a skilled fighter.
Oh, wait, no, she did. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, no,
he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Okay. No, she's rearing back, so he hit the ground.
Oh, that's even worse. He bounced. Imagine bouncing off the concrete. He's dead.
If anything, his butt is broken. That's about it.
No, that's spine.
I don't
That's
know.
pure spine.
I don't know.
That man is in a wheelchair. He didn't deserve this.
The kick.
The kick ended him.
The kick is crazy after the fact. Yeah. At best, he's in the hospital for a couple of weeks.
No.
At worst, he's crippled.
No, that's a broken back.
You don't know that.
How much force does it take to kick somebody and they fly away? I would say a large amount of force. Too much force that a human body cannot handle.
I've seen people get punched and fly away a little bit.
What?
A little scrawny dude doing a challenge of I'm taking a punch from one of the hardest boxers, and he had a bunch of padding and stuff.
Skilled fighter, eager to
Shattered pelvis. I will take that. Pelvis
the
shattered.
exact same way as this energetic girl who's a
Okay, that's kind of all right.
10 to 14 years old. He's done.
No, shattered pelvis. I'll take.
He's done.
What is it? Coaxial? Whatever.
Curry
Coccyx.
says.
Yeah.
Miles Morales in Insomniac also punches the enemy in the ground and they bounce out and he keeps beating then.
Yep.
Yeah.
He should be taken to court for that.
skilled fighter, eager to prove herself as a warrior to those who have saved the Earth countless times before her.
He's alive. He's alive.
That's not the same guy.
No, I'm saying this is a different guy, but I think
Fighter,
this guy's
eager
alive.
to prove herself as a warrior to those who have saved the Earth countless times before her. It's an interesting and fitting journey for a young character like her to have, and more than that, it's a story that no character in Dragon Ball has told up until now. She wants to fight, she wants to prove herself, and damn it, she's going to in this story. But you know who won't prove himself? Trunks. I don't care if this rubs people the wrong way, but GT Trunks sucks. He is so offensively boring.
Yeah, he's
Where
just some guy. It's kind of weird. It makes sense if you think about. Well, I was gonna say it makes sense if you think about this Trunks growing up, but he would grow up. He's not really growing up with like structure or hey, don't be a little douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think he would go more into that or have a moment where he's just like, I've grown out of my bratish behavior.
I'd say it's more so that like maybe either his dad's not around a lot or he mellowed out a lot, and it's mostly just Bulma or even his grandparents taking care of him because Bulma's probably busy doing hers. Would you say he's better than Future Trunks? No,
But Future Trunks sucks.
he just super sucks.
Probably some broken, fractured ribs with the heavy slam. Yeah, that guy. He the force in which he hit the wall. He's done. He's also done.
did the spunky kid from Dragon Ball Z go? Who's this stick in the mud?
Hey, people change
Oh,
when they get
no.
older.
Oh no!
Oh, he
Future
was so
Trunks!
cool! Oh my god, he was cool!
And look, I get that he's popular, but Super gave Trunks plenty of love already, and the least my rewrite can do is give his role to someone starved of screen time, like Oob. So with all of that in mind,
Sure, I accept that Oob is gone because there's really no point to have Trunks there over
He was a
anybody.
super popular character at the time.
Yeah, that's essentially all it was. It's not like he's like the responsible one where that's his character. No, he's a blank slate that they essentially just put in. It could have been Piccolo, could have been Vegeta, could have been really anybody. Oob is
Chris the
a
Jolt says,
perfectly serviceable.
The coolest guy.
The coolest. Gave him love when. Hey.
He got to
Shut
kill Zamasu. He got a new form that we have never seen before.
He did get that. He got the ooh-ah.
open my story the same way GT did, using Goku and Oob's battle within the Lookout to act as both our reintroduction to their characters and the site of our inciting incident. Only this time, this inciting incident will have actual consequences that won't pivot away in 3 episodes. So Goku's giving Oob his final test within the lookout, right? And in the original show, they almost destroy the structure completely. Well, in my retelling, I want them to actually fully demolish it, leaving behind nothing but rock fragments. This is where the Dragon Balls with black stars come in. Okay, I can see that you're a bit confused. The issue that I had with GT's Black Star Dragon Balls was that they felt shoehorned in, and therefore the looming threat of the Earth's destruction felt vapid. I mean,
but you would have to establish that they would be so reckless that they would destroy the lookout.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that that is their character.
And
especially with Goku going, let's fight someplace empty. He recognizes the significance of the lookout and would not be so
Craven
to destroy it.
For Daima, it seems as though Toriyama found his own elegant solution that didn't involve creating new MacGuffin balls. Instead, he created.
I don't like this constant going of Toriyama did this. How much how much script writing did Toriyama have in this? Did he just go Kid Goku Demon World, or did he pen all of it? I would like to see some evidence that he had a hand in going, don't do it like this, do it like this.
On top of that, God, what did he just say?
His own elegant solution.
Oh, the dragon just straight up goes, no, people get more wishes if I like them. Like, you want to talk about MacGuffins and out of nowhere and all this nonsense, but like, Diamond's doing the same thing, just in a different way.
That didn't involve creating new MacGuffin balls. Instead, he created a villain for them to deal with.
He created new balls in the demon world. If you want to say that he didn't create new balls here and he did here, he did it. There's another set of balls in the demon world.
This creates the need to go on that adventure, and more than that, it has a built-in conclusion with Goku no doubt coming to blows with this big bad at the end. But seeing as that's
hey, stop talking about Daima and do your story.
And also, don't be like, oh, this it's gonna culminate in this thing. No, I wouldn't say that, because there's no evidence that it's an assumption that it would, but it's just like there's an assumption that I think it's cool, whoever the first Majin Buu thing that they made with,
Shut the fuck
with
up.
the Cyberman. I was just like, oh, this big bad, he sucked, and he just
Nami
turned out
Goku
to actually suck. And I think that's the
set of
funniest.
balls. Calm down, DA.
I can't calm down.
Toriyama's solution for his grand adventure, I want to make mine different and instead lean into a solution that both fits the story and the direction Toei ultimately decided to take with the baby arc. In order to fix the damage that he and Oob caused, Goku insists on using the Dragon Balls to repair the lookout. While I don't like the Black Star Dragon Balls being their own thing in the original story, I do think the idea of these stars and the Dragon Balls changing to black from overuse, let's say, offers a chance to play with the mechanics of the Dragon Balls, thus facilitating this baby storyline while also foreshadowing the final arc of this rewrite with the
Suck
Shadow
my
Dragons.
dick. That's my request to you.
I feel like this could have been very useful if we were seeing these things in Z proper to set up, if it was like that. But since you can't go back and rewrite that and do that, I hope you bring up that the Dragon Balls are more easily corrupted because of how young Dende was when he created them. So he didn't have a lot of the juice to prevent the type of corruption that a Kami would. And I hope that they're making wishes now that are cracking the Dragon Balls, as opposed to taking whatever the past wishes were and now, oh, this was the final wish that cracked them all. Since you're talking about them turning into Black Star Dragon Balls, there needs to be subsequent wishes that cause this. Mm-hmm. Thank you for re-upping to the bums, Don.
It's too much. Should have just been the one. I two of them. They might fuse because they set up like these fusion plants or something like that, and then they become a big strong. But should
hey, somebody sounds like a fan of Dragon Ball.
No, I'm just theory crafting. What ifs?
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that Daima because I'm not a fan. Like,
By calling forth Shenlong, now in his enormous red form, he emerges to grant their wish. But Goku remarks on his appearance and questions why there's only one wish. Shenlong doesn't respond, but you know what? Goku doesn't much care because all he needs is one wish anyway. He shouts out, "Shenlong, can you undo the damage our fighting has caused?" Shenlong's eyes glow, but something is wrong. The balls, they begin to crack and then shatter one after another, unleashing a cloud of black smoke that quickly escapes into the air. We don't see where the smoke goes, but what it leaves behind is of serious consequence. In addition to their destruction, Goku is changed into a weaker, younger version of himself, complete with a tail. All the while, unbeknownst to the Earthlings, a small but powerful force is released into
Why?
He's gonna explain why.
the universe. So my idea behind this introduction is that instead of the Black Star Balls being some brand new thing, they are instead a corrupted version of the original set. And much like a computer
Why were the corrupted set? Why were they corrupted?
with a virus, they no longer work as intended. The once perfect wish of Shenlong is now granted much more like a monkey's paw. In other words, when Goku said, "Undo the damage our fighting has caused," Shenlong undid not just the damage Goku had caused with Oob, but additionally repaired all the damages the Saiyans had caused other planets' architecture.
Oh, yeah, that's...
The darker the better smile with friends.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's a little too much, especially considering it's just like, wasn't it? I guess the thing was they can't be wished back past a year for people.
Are you sure?
No, that's the rule. I think it's just for people though.
The Dende Dragon Balls?
I don't know. Does it matter if you can just splash water on it? Just like, yeah, whatever now.
Limit, wish. What's up, fighting gimmick? Back. Wish. Year.
GG is fine, but I haven't watched it in quite some time, so it may not be fine. But I remember it being fine. Shenron just go, "You people." You're not gonna find it. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that year thing. Oh, does he have a 1-year revival? Only several people can't be revived within a year.
DA took me
Oh my
$1.50,
goodness.
and he's talking about a time machine being ready. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but thanks for the tip. Okay.
He spent more
Thank you for
time
the super chat.
talking about what's in it than actually reading what was in it.
Thank you for the super chat. Hope.
Unbelievable.
Shit, these niggas is cooking.
Even though it's not canon, GT has always felt more canon to me than Super. Super feels like a fanfic a lot of the times.
Infrastructure and technologies. This is where...
Okay, if that's the case, then we need original Namek back. We need a lot of people back. We need parts of the Earth wished back on top of the wishbacks. Like, there's a lot of issues, and it's got to be all the things that all Saiyans have ever done.
And wasn't the wish particularly our fighting? I don't think this is a fighting more than just destruction.
The TOEFL and Saiyan history takes center stage in the form of a flashback, and instead of this being relegated to some short cutaways, I'd like an entire episode, or perhaps even 2, dedicated to an emotional
Oh,
story.
no, you're not getting people invested. They couldn't get people invested in Goku, Pan, and Trunks' adventure through space with a B. You think that 2 episodes are just some who gives us Saiyans doing things that we've already assumed they were? You're not gonna. No.
Cutaways.
Yeah, we know about
an
the
entire
trigger video.
episode, or perhaps even 2, dedicated to an emotional story following the slow downfall of the TOEFL Empire through the eyes of an optimistic TOEFL scientist and his family, as he tries to gather materials for and develop what he believes will be his race's only hope for a brighter tomorrow.
I'm on your ass, bitch. I'm on your ass.
I don't even... That's just the story. Like, you could... Okay, is he gonna write it as, like, a parallel to the Saiyans thing? Because the same thing happened with Goku. So is he gonna write it like a parallel to the Goku thing?
But see, that's the thing. You don't. That's see, like I said. Also, keep in mind. Also,
struggling for survival against the tyrannical Saiyan threat, this sequence would operate with a similar desperate tone to that which the first episode of the Future Trunks arc of Super boasted. However, in the closing moments of this flashback, having come within moments of setting this creation into motion, the Saiyans destroy both him and the rest of his people. In that instant, they take everything. That is, until we return to the present day, where the skewed conditions of that wish restored both the lab and within that, the sequencing for this Tuffle scientist creation to begin anew. This is ultimately what gives rise to the birth
Thousand
of the
Master
Tuffle
Swan Slayer says, did you say parallel?
This is awful.
Marcus is pulling from Toriyama, forgetting how much power a wish-granting dragon has. Yeah, it's just... You would think that since he's writing it, he'd be like, okay, this is why it has so much power. But whatever.
Parasite baby. And so slowly, his journey to Earth begins. All the while...
Why? Why is he going to Earth?
Yeah. That's a good question. Maybe it's just the last Saiyans out there, so they're programmed to kill Saiyans.
I'm just so tired of this stupid shit.
The newly restored Lookout, circumstances continue to worsen. With the Dragon Balls having met an unprecedented end, Dende 2 collapses to the floor, unconscious. Okay, so what's up with that? There's some iconic Toriyama paneling.
Why? Why is Goku a little kid?
Thank you for re-upping to the bums, Isaiah. My comment is all messed up. Bud, where was your comment?
It's really messed up. It's gone.
I don't even see it. Or are you saying the comment you were gonna make was gonna be real messed up? What's up, Isaiah?
Dende 2 collapses to the floor, unconscious. Okay, so what's up with that? Well, with the Guardian of Earth's life having been established as inextricably linked to the function of the Dragon Balls themselves in the past, I thought it would be an interesting creative choice to link their abuse with a consequence that claps back in the opposite direction also. We know that if the Guardian dies, then so too do the Dragon Balls. So why not, once the Dragon Balls get corrupted by mismanagement, have him too feel those consequences?
Why is he a kid though, Mark?
Yeah, why now when they are just used instead of as they were being corrupted?
Alfonso Rodriguez says, did you add, what do you mean, voice clip?
How about you look at what the voice clips are and see if it's been added?
He also needs to establish very early why they don't just try Porunga and just fix the Dragon Balls.
Here's the thing. A lot of the things Mark is saying in a vacuum, he has some very interesting ideas, and interesting ideas that could work if he structured them just slightly differently or slightly better. I don't mind Goku turning into a kid. That could even, like, even if he explained it as all the damage our fighting has done, you take Goku back to the first time he threw a punch, and he's been reverted, blah, blah, blah. But then you also have to make Vegeta a kid, that type of thing. And if that's the case, that would be some dark. but I'm gonna say it anyway. I would assume Kiki was a virgin. Would that reverse the kids?
Press play.
Needless to say, with the balls having been shattered before their very eyes, Goku's form and strength having been cut dramatically, and Dende now clinging to life, they are well and truly at a loss for what to do.
Why is Goku a kid?
Yeah, he's yet to explain that. I'm only going by the logic that Mark has given me. I'm just asking questions.
The T-Rex 525 says, what this is new dragon technically, so that corruption shouldn't carry over. Unless Mark is saying 20 plus years is all it takes to corrupt them.
I just don't understand the purpose of What's going?
Yeah, I don't understand why the dragons got corrupted or cracked. Like, the Namekian Dragon Balls have been around for centuries. I've got to assume they've made, like, in that time, 20, 30 wishes. Why have those not been corrupted? Like, I can understand the overuse on Earth if that's the angle you want to take, that it needs time to dispel some of the corruption of the wishes. But there's nothing there. They're just corrupted. It's just a virus. It's just done.
Happy to be here.
No.
Yeah.
Goku's gonna give Chi-Chi the old.
Same as GT, I would like to retain the issues and restrictions Goku experiences with this new form, preventing him from traveling to Namek himself. Thankfully, however, Goku has a contingency plan. King Kai, who, acting as an intermediary, bridges the gap between Earth and Namek to see if they can use their Dragon Balls to help their dire circumstances. But after having explained what occurred on Earth, the Namekians' response is bathed in apprehension. They express that for generations their people sought to protect these sacred orbs from being abused, scattering them across their planet under the protection of different villages and their elders. In past centuries, these communities would encounter champions or travelers that have voyaged far and wide that sought out these sacred balls. However, even then, they would need to pass a test of cunning or strength in order to do so. But, as they explain, many failed. On its face, this introduction might seem cool and dramatic, sure, but to others they may also see this as an introduction full of drama for drama's sake. But I assure you that is not the case. Instead of a big bad, the overarching crux of this story will be the circumstances surrounding the Dragon Balls.
GamerF5 says, Sacred Balls.
Consequences that stem.
For this, wouldn't it be better to fuse this with the Tuffles thing of one of the Tuffles going over to Namek and doing that, and it's like you need to pass a test and he fails and then he comes back, and then it continues, and then we don't need the exposition, we can actually see that
From their abuse. And through taking this approach by reappropriating the visual of the Black Star Balls as an inciting incident for both Baby and as a prelude to the final arc itself, I think it's not just efficient, but thematically in keeping with both this story of Baby and the eventual Shadow Dragon's tale.
Boy, we got efficient and thematically.
Place on the Tuffles backstory demonstrates this. The themes of the Baby arc are, in my view, what hoist that story head and shoulders above every single other part of GT by a country mile. And more than what cutaways alone can offer, these dedicated episodes tell the story of where Baby came from, the struggle of oppression the Tuffles faced combined with staggering levels of hope. These are the seeds that blossom into the arc of this alien parasite, and this is the story. And so, at this point, you might be thinking that I'm going to now rewrite the rest of the Baby arc, but in truth, I want to keep the majority of it as similar as I possibly can because I don't want to change what isn't broken. And while I do want to place Pan and Oob in positions of greater prominence, there are elements of the original's execution that were truly brilliant. The motivation to create a creature
But we still don't know the reason why Goku was a kid and why Baby comes to Earth.
This is probably just a nitpick for me, but I don't really call it genocidal war or oppression.
Yeah, it's just genocide, honestly.
And all the suffering the Saiyans have caused is admirable. It explores how one's desire for justice can so easily trespass into the realms of revenge. And so I would like to take that one step farther.
This does not deserve money, Isaiah.
Dragon Instinct Goku.
Thank you for the super chat, Isaiah.
Goku.
So how do you guys feel about being partly responsible for the degradation of not just humanity, but reality as we know it, all because you had to make fun of DSP? Are you proud?
He went crazy!
This is one of the most unhinged rants I've ever heard.
The world! I could have made the world better if not for y'all! No matter what, we got to do that on Saturday.
Oh yeah, no, that's 100%. Even
What's
if
that?
it's what
goal?
Oh, super chat goal.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's slimy.
Share how you'll celebrate. I'll host a Q&A session.
Oh, ew. I don't like that.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
For the people that...
Hey, you know who's the people? Why don't I have super chat goals over here yet? I've got them on my other channels, but I don't have them over here yet.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the first time I heard about them, and then I went, oh, we got them.
No, but yeah, that whole thing, he just went crazy, and it's just a symptom of the arc ending, and he knows.
Yeah, no, his heart is gone. Like he understands the panic is setting in. He's not saved any of his money. All that money he got went to new appliances, new furnishings for the house, new overhead fans, new bush in the background. He's got the same amount of money. He's made like $50,000 in 12 weeks, and he's had the same amount of money as before, which is zero. Yeah, Kino's done.
Establishing Baby not as an evil monster outright, but as a
Obvious reasons.
Thank you for the super chat, Hope. Now, guys, I had forgot about the okay.
Ivana Neri
All right,
says, but they know Goku beat Frieza.
Yeah.
farther by establishing Baby not as an evil monster outright, but as a misguided entity with an overly simplistic view of right and wrong. A sense...
Is he gonna make Baby sympathetic or a learning experience for
I would hope so, because you'd have to realize that you are doing the same thing. And these are two full-blooded Saiyans on Earth, both of which are objectively good. And their half-blood children, filthy mongrel half-breeds, who are all good. Earth has done nothing. You are just getting revenge on a people. Mm-hmm. And these people have been dead for hundreds of years, assumedly. And they have no connection to the people who... There's no customs, there's no nothing with the people here and now. So we need to address that.
On top of that, what happens if you win? Like, if he enslaves or eradicates all the Saiyans, what is Baby's next move? Does he just die?
No, just rebuild the Tuffle planet.
Is that one of his directives?
Well, let's find out.
That ultimately takes him down a negative change arc. I love the concept of him slowly making his way across the galaxy, infecting who he can in subtle ways until he finally arrives at his destination, planet Earth. Furthermore, I love what GT did with Goten now that he's all grown up, and I found the choice for him to ultimately target the Prince of the Saiyans both fitting and exciting. The only thing I would change about Baby is that through this slow progression up the totem pole of power, in addition to him restoring Vegeta's tail, because let's be honest, they gotta do that, what they did in GT was stupid, he could also gradually lose sight of the good he was designed to achieve. No longer acting as a protector, instead slowly revenge starts to consume him. And again, unlike GT, I don't want Goku to be as absurdly powerful as he was. I think nerfing him not only opens up Baby, now wielding Vegeta's power, to feel like an even bigger monster, but it too creates opportunities for Oob to show what he's got.
You say you don't want him to be absurdly powerful, but then you show a clip.
Oh, good insults. That's the way to make friends.
At best, equal with that Baby, and he's got that huge stamina drain.
Yeah, and let's say you do make it so Oob is like, how powerful do you think Oob is in your world? Oob and Pan are in your world. Are they, or at least Oob, roughly on the level of a Super Saiyan 3 Goku?
The T-Rex 525 says, so even nerfed, no one can match up to Goku?
That's correct.
In a world without any Dende to heal his allies, or Dragon Balls to bring back the lives that were lost, I want Oob to be the force that stands between the Earth and certain destruction in the second act, as Baby goes from strength to strength, becoming stronger and stronger within Vegeta's body. However, Oob isn't the only one who's learned something from Goku. In my version, Pan 2 has trained with them as she has gotten older. And so, in this rewrite, I'd like there to be a moment where Pan is presented with an opportunity to make a save or significant contribution to the story, only to come up short and place herself in life-threatening danger.
Why don't you write that instead of just going, I want her to be in this situation? You put her in that situation instead of giving her the situation and then just go, well, and then something happens. It's like, no, I need to be immersed in your rewrite, and I don't want to fill in the blanks of, yeah, something happens and she's in danger when she was well-intentioned.
Yeah, Oob absolutely should have been stronger in GT, but like, how much stronger should he have been in GT? I never understood why people liked Oob so much. He's cool.
It's the
Strong and
concept.
cool, yeah.
It's the idea of a reformed villain who's reborn and he still has that latent abilities within him. Good concept, just done nothing with.
At least strong enough to continue with Baby Vegeta in Super 17. Sure. Wait, so Pan trained with them growing up? Yep.
But then we would also have to keep Gohan as he is, where he doesn't train, because he was, if you want to go with the power scaling stuff.
I really wouldn't. What? You wouldn't? No.
Well, there's a huge debate of Ultimate Gohan, Mystic Gohan versus Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who was stronger, and we all know the answer to that. It's pretty obvious.
We all know, so there's no
even point to talk about that. So we'd have to assume that Gohan would have gotten weaker, because as we all know, that Gohan Mystic Saiyan was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Correct.
So we'd have to assume that he was at least
True
prior
Evolution, Liar Hope
to
says,
the fusion, because
Totally. Read 12 books on story structure, not Mark.
oh yeah, we forgot about that. But within the power scaling community, there is a big assumption where post the fusion, Goku got significantly stronger. Why? Not really told, but his feats post that fusion are better than prior to it. So we would have to go prior to the fusion, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku would be weaker than Mystic Gohan, but post-fusion, that Goku is stronger than Mystic Gohan. So we would have to assume that Goku continued training. I mean, this power selling stuff. We're gonna keep up. This is gonna be on his best. Prior to the training, Goku trains more. He gets even stronger. Gohan doesn't train, but he's still at least Super Saiyan 3 level. So are we gonna assume that Pan is also Super Saiyan 3 level? No. Let me cook. It's power scaling stuff. This is my expertise. Are we also assuming that Pan is Super Saiyan 3 level, because he would have to at least contend with Mystic Gohan, which we know is prior fusion Super Saiyan 3 level stronger, which hasn't been established.
Every time you say...
Don't play boring!
Boring! You're fucking dumb! You have nothing to say!
I don't know. I hate power scaling. I don't know why I like just talking about it so much, because no one cares. And I just have all this stupid knowledge where it's just like, well, this is useless. So somebody gotta hear it.
Every time you say in or within the power scaling community or the word feats, I'm just like, oh, here he comes.
And that's why I was listening, because I'm just like, post-fusion, he gets an amp? That doesn't make sense. But it was like, okay, if you take his performance here and then here, it's like, okay, so it does make sense, but it doesn't make sense why he got it. So it's just accepted that post-fusion, Vegeta and Goku just got a big amp. That's why, assumedly, he's able to go Super Saiyan 2. Vegeta.
Wait, Super Saiyan 2 requires a base level of power to get to it?
Whatever.
It'd have to if he gets a big amp.
Whatever.
KEP, go and give me more POWERSCALING.
I have a lot of opinions.
Why?
Because I listen to this stupid stuff and then it just gets stuck in there.
You could be listening to productive things.
100%.
Why does nothing great ever stick in your mind?
I don't know. But I know every argument for and against Super Perfect Cell versus Deborah. I know everything about that.
There's an alternate timeline DA that's a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of...
Boy, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, where's the joy in his life not knowing about Cell versus...
Exactly.
Perfect Cell versus Deborah.
As Dragon Ball stories often do, to make matters worse, in order to save his daughter, Gohan is killed by Baby, the result of his daughter's failure.
See? We're
all this trauma.
You're not rewriting it. You're just going, well, Gohan dies because of his daughter's mistake. Explain that. Explain, like, show it. Do a callback to the Piccolo thing. Whatever. Do what you got to do. But you just go, he dies, and then this happens, and then this happens.
He's more so rewriting the storyboard of it, as
the
opposed
structure, the concept,
as opposed to going within the arc and saying, "Hey, Gohan's here. Here's what's about to happen." Blah blah blah.
Explain yourself, you baby.
It's very much Cyberpunk, where it's we need to get these characters to this point, and so they do. Oh yeah, Super Boo versus Kid Boo. So many arguments there as
Says,
well.
Alternate timeline DA who is cool and has hair and gives us
More specifically Boohan, because Super Boo, all of them other one go to Boo Tinks doesn't matter because there's a timeline, but it's more specifically Boo Tinks versus Kid Boo, because there's a lot of statements of it's a lot of anime only statements, and it's just like anime only Kid Boo wins, manga feats only Boo Tinks wins. Based upon chain scaling, you see. Because you have to...
I have never in my life heard the term chain scaling.
It's fine. It's fine.
This is like when you were talking about Shatterpoint. Like, I think he's just making it up. And I can't call him out because I don't have the knowledge and I refuse to get the knowledge.
Yeah, that's fine. Because it's the whole chain scaling thing is you have to compare not just what they're doing, but who they fought. So how did they do?
So it's like a strength of schedule thing in football where it's not just that you beat 10 opponents. It's the strength of those opponents that you beat.
Because Boo Tinks beat Gohan. Gohan, as we know, was stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku at the time. So then you take that
Divine Instinct
and
Goku,
then
Ultra
that
Essence
fights
Goku, True
a,
Divine Essence Goku.
Boo Tinks for a second, and we see how he did against that, and then he fights Kid Boo, and you just go, okay, chain scaling based upon how he did in this match, and then y'all did it in this match, and that's where the whole he got stronger post the fusion thing comes, because it's an unquantifiable amount that he got stronger, but he did better over here and worse over here, and so it's a whole thing.
Thank you for the super chat. DA, please stop.
This isn't even going into Naruto, which is a whole nother can.
Why would you even look into
this isn't even
Naruto?
going into One Piece, which is a whole nother can.
Why would you go into the One Piece?
Because we have to.
No, that's the point.
Well, if they're going to talk about other things, like, well, what about this thing that I like? And then what about it?
Okay, DA.
Love One Piece Forever says.
I do got it.
Did I miss anything good?
No.
You missed the good power scaling discussion that BG was insanely interested in.
Thank you for re-upping to the bums. Keep talking.
Universal Instinct
I
Goku,
shall keep
Angel
talking.
Seed Goku, Autonomous Dragon Force Goku.
Thank you. Keep talking for the super chat.
I shall keep talking.
DA, keep going.
What do you want to know? Who? Give me a Naruto versus debate. I tell you.
This is insult into begging.
Hey, Muffin negging us.
We'll actually just do it like that for right now. Yeah.
Pain versus Cosmos is actually very interesting if you want to talk about feats versus, and especially with the knowledge that Kakazu knows. If you want to talk about if he knows about all 7 paths of pain, he does have really good feats that put him on the level of those. But if he doesn't, he would get beaten because he just gets
banned.
He wouldn't know how to
Thank you, Fighting Gimmick.
Gone forever.
He wouldn't know how to defeat them. So, and therefore.
Saiyan and about to move on to Pan, distraught by what she has just seen, she erupts from beneath the rubble as a Super Saiyan. But
why? Oh, because you got to use your imagination for her being a Super Saiyan.
There's Super Saiyan images of Pan online. You just got to hit that safe search.
On top of that, why wouldn't you just commission somebody to, even if you can't animate it?
Probably be like $30.
Chris the Chilled says. DA, we can always debate why Meliodas beats Asta.
I'm not too big into the Black Clover power scaling.
You shouldn't be big into any of them.
Third Hokage versus the first and second Hokage. If you want to talk about statements, third Hokage was the strongest of all the Hokage. It was in the beginning. He was just like, he's the greatest of all the Hokage. But that was before he had the story planned out. And especially if you want to talk about the Orochimaru when he brought him back to life, even though they weren't full strength, he still did pretty good against them. Pure statements, part 1 only, third Hokage wins. All of Naruto, second Hokage wins. Don't even need the first. You may press play.
Yes, I will.
Excellent.
This
Asian
isn't a
BA.
triumphant, badass, or any moment like that we would have assumed it would be based on the history of this series. Instead, she is incensed and not thinking clearly, which results in Baby dismantling her easily, requiring Oob to show up via instant transmission.
So it's really just for the moment of having her as a Super Saiyan, because she just does nothing.
Yep.
That it's
maybe in a foreign future things. This is what she needed, and then no JoJo scaling.
Madara versus Kaguya. Kaguya puts Madara in a different dimension. He can't return. Done.
To take her back.
That's what's called a battlefield removal, or BFR. Cool.
Ask me again in like 2 hours.
Oh no.
Mame, we've already done the democracy. It's over. You had your one democracy. You remember when people used to go, hey, can I get like 10,000 points? And I'd go, sure. And then other people would ask and I'd go, no. That first person asked and they got it. You asked for democracy and votes and you got your video on Thursday. There's no more democracy. Thank you for participating.
With Goku. By the time we arrive in the final act of the arc, while he still retains his composure and believes that he's doing the right thing, Baby has well and truly grown a tremendous contempt for these Saiyans and those standing in the way of his righteous mission. Naturally, I mean, it is Dragon Ball, fighting does take place in the final act between the remaining forces of Earth, Goku, Pan, and
One
Oob,
for all!
but to cut a
Full cowling! Detroit Smash!
Thank you for the super chat, Dutch. Tell me more about that Naruto power scaling with the second Hokage. You can send it in DMs. I am interested.
The fourth Hokage has the Flying Thunder God, of course. When they've all arrived on the battlefield, particularly the second Hokage talks about how fast he is, but they weren't too far behind. So, especially with the creator being the creator of it, and he has a lot of feats against
Thank you for re-up into the bombs, Alfonso.
He has a lot of feats against Jubito. It puts him on the level
Ivana Neri
of
says, Madara versus Ashiki, who wins?
It puts him on the level of a base level fourth Hokage with just his Flying Thunder guys. Once he gets into the big poofy orange stuff, he gets destroyed.
The orange stuff, yeah.
But if you want to talk about the rankings of the Hokage, it would be first, fourth, not including Naruto. First, fourth, second, Sharinganless Kakashi because he has a huge boost in chakra. Then Tsunade.
Of course, why wouldn't he?
Because he doesn't have the drain of the Sharingan, of course.
Yep.
So that means that he has a lot of stamina within himself. And he creates...
Makes sense.
And he creates the purple lightning, which is even stronger than the Chidori. Because he can't do the Chidori anymore because he doesn't have the Sharingan, you see.
Yep. Cooked.
Yep. Cooked.
Long story short, Baby is pushed to his limits and forced to rely on the very transformation which brought about the end of his creator's life, family, and race, the Uzaru. And through doing so, because he himself isn't trained in that form, begins to thrash around, mindlessly destroying everything.
Oh, it's a thematic turnaround. He's become the monster.
Yeah, it's the Hunter x Hunter, you see.
Yeah, he's doing the exact same thing that was done upon his people.
Were we the monsters all along?
It's a grim and sad story that sends a really important message, that no matter who you are or how righteous your cause may be, if revenge and hatred are at the core of what moves you, then you too.
Yeah, Naruto said this. I don't need you to do it too. The Last of Us 2 said this. I don't need you to do it too.
Sometimes statements can only be as good as what the character knows at the time. Yep, that's why I said if you're talking about pure part 1, the third Hokage wins. If you're talking about all of Naruto, the second Hokage beats the third Hokage.
Up to becoming exactly that which you despise. And amidst this chaos, as he thrashes around an enormous building, Baby sees his reflection on the glass beside.
A Wind Will Hulk reflection.
Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku, Dragon Instinct Goku.
I would give so much money to go back in time and go, hey, past BG, please record the bad movie days. There was some funny we were doing. Thank you for the super chat, Aris. I know you are not that interested in Black Clover power scaling, DA, but from what I've seen, Asta is stronger than Deku.
An incorrect assumption. Not that I'm not interested, just not knowledgeable. Not too many on YouTube explaining that.
Oh yeah, bad movie day. Somebody has to ping me at some point during a weekend where just go, hey, BG, bad movie day, so I can make that channel. Because once I'm finished with this, I am done. I am disconnected.
Just
it's time for the next.
mind.
Yeah, it's time for the next thing I'm doing.
Writing for dummies type cliche. Yes, it's very base level, easy to think of. He looks in the mirror and realizes, oh, I am the monster. It's like, hey, come on.
Is he gonna sadly put his hand up to the glass and then either somebody blasts him so he gets back to angry, or he smashes the glass and gets angry?
KIN says, my undiagnosed autism got me interested in power scaling. Please help.
Hey, DH the drug over here just dealing out.
I'm just saying, I am unwillingly interested in it. I can't help it.
You are a willing participant.
No. Because I watched one of them, I keep getting recommended them, and I'm just like, yeah,
and you willingly click it.
Nah, not my. It's not on me at that point.
What?
Witnesses is the same vicious monster that haunted so many before him. Now, this is a moment of potential reconciliation because to me, reducing Baby to a black and white evil villain robs this story of the potential it has.
He's not an evil villain. He's an antagonist with justified reasonings for hating the Saiyans.
Took it too far.
It even in the original story, like this is not a black and white. Oh, this is the bad guy. It's a guy doing a bad thing that is seen in the bad guy in the eyes of our hero because we know these people are our heroes. But the same story flipped in the opposite way. These people may not be the heroes, and Baby may be the hero. Like, imagine just the opposite. Oh, we're going to go fight Moro. He is taking the Namekian. So we're gonna go fight that guy. They're the heroes in that instance. But no, really.
Standing as a golden Uzaru, looking down at Goku and the other Earthlings willing to lay.
Are we gonna get Super Saiyan 4 Baby?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
What would stop it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Down their lives for this planet against him, the conviction he once had in this mission crumbles like the civilization he's destroyed, enabling Vegeta, who has been fighting to escape Baby's control all of this time, to push him out and regain control. Unlike Baby, Vegeta is fully trained in this state, but more than that, in his golden Uzaru form, recognizing what hangs in the balance if he doesn't stop Baby here and now, Vegeta transforms into the series' first Super Saiyan 4, reducing Baby to a cowering mass in an
lame.
No, he got it.
Instant. Ultimately, Goku steps in and tells
No, we got Super Saiyan Pan. She was just easily dealt with.
Yeah, she just got done up, and then Oob came and saved her.
Vegeta that Baby is done, that he's not a threat to anyone anymore, that we aren't his enemy.
This is awful.
So if he's just a little blubbering, just a ball of goo, why did he need to turn Super Saiyan 4?
Because he needed to be the first instead of
I guess.
Yeah, no, that's it.
But that's kind of like what happened with Piccolo and Super. It was just like, oh, Frieza just killed him. He just fell over.
He averted his eyes momentarily. Baby seizes this opportunity and escapes into the rubble out of sight, not to be seen again for the rest of the arc. And so, that's my Baby arc. It's honestly largely the same with a few tweaks to characters in prominence and a
Is he gonna come back in the Black Star Dragon mode?
No, he's gonna come back in Super 17. Oh wait.
Of the
I guess his feats weren't a...
ultimately. And just like all the best arcs of Dragon Ball's past, seeds have been set since...
Hey, what was that thing you said that I said I wasn't gonna remember in 2 hours?
Battlefield removal, BFR.
It wasn't even 2 hours.
It's essentially just.
I could not remember. I remembered there were 3 letters, and I couldn't remember any of them.
Hey Goku.
Hey, I know what battlefield removal is in the context clue.
It's just for the audience.
But which audience? What audience? We got a super chat that says, "Please stop."
Battlefield removal.
The beginning of this retelling, and you best
I
believe
should have set a goal that was just like hit $50 and I'll stop.
Yeah, our first super chat goal.
Consequences of this arc to inform the next. With all of the sensu beans consumed in the struggle against Baby, Dende out of commission, and the Dragon Balls yeeted from existence, the Namekians feel the heavy debt that they owe these Earthlings and recognize that
they should have felt that before.
They real petty.
That's unbelievable.
That's petty. That's no, go for yourself. We don't even want y'all help no more.
No, y'all are cooked. Get out of here.
We saved y'all planet. I mean, we were kind of cause of it, but yeah, Frieza would have killed all y'all anyway.
Legitimately.
That they have defeated a monster that could have indeed destroyed the universe had they not intervened.
Hey, why would Baby destroy the universe? He had no interest in that.
Hey, why would Baby destroy the universe?
That's not his mission. Why were the Dragon Balls corrupted? Why is Goku a child? These are still questions unanswered.
And so, they activate their Dragon Balls and ignore the black stars that they brandish. Their wish being, Purunga, please bring back and restore everything and everyone that was destroyed on Earth. And with that, the events of our final arc are set in motion.
Did you say the Namek Dragon Balls have black stars?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Chris the Chode says, destroying everything for nothing is stupid.
And now it's all back.
Welcome to the Shadow.
Are there gonna be 14 dragons that they're gonna have to fight?
That would be crazy. No, because then we would need the wish associated with those, and we haven't even seen. We've seen maybe 5 Namekian.
They can make whatever bush.
Okay,
in the past.
This
wish.
one, it's the bringing back of Krillin. It's the bringing people to Earth. Yeah, I think we've got like 5 or 6.
Okay, but in era AX111, they could have just been like, yeah, this muff wish for
juice.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this water shit. I want some flavor. I want some tang in my liquid. Tired of y'all.
He wished for a blue raspberry Mio. I'm the Mio Dragon. Well, this sucks.
Are they sponsored?
Mark's just typing. Yeah. I need a dragon. Looks to his left. Mio.
I don't even know how the Namekian learned about Mio, let alone wish for it and knew what it was.
But it sure was.
Yeah, the prime dragon.
It's on the lower side of neutral, so it's bad, I guess, and it's corrupted.
It's AG1 dragon.
It was a very earthy dragon.
525 says, wait, how come no Namekian was changed into a child?
Hey, what? Where's the monkey paw effect for this? Bring it back, bring everybody.
Yeah, maybe we're about to see it. This was the end of the previous arc. We're heading into the new arc. Maybe it's coming.
Give me 14 dragons.
Dragon arc.
What?
The Shadow Dragon arc. Yeah, okay, that's right, you heard me, okay? So, not Shadow Dragons, we're dealing with just one. You see, one of my biggest
I like Nova.
issues with the original concept was that so much time was spent dicking around after other dragons that amounted to little more than a distraction.
Okay, so change them.
Yes, make them better. The concept of the wishes being embodiments of the dragon is very interesting, and you can do a lot with it. You can have this monster amalgamation of all these people that'll come back. So there's all these arms and legs and coming out of it. There's so much cool you can do with this concept, and we've seen in dragons grant like 50 wishes.
For the oolong underwear wish, it could just be, all men will be entranced by this dragon, so only a woman can fight it. Hey, here's a pan fight because of that.
Absolutely fine.
You can do whatever you make the wishes that corrupted them play heavily into the fight, make that their power in some twisted way, and then have it be creative ways to fight those dragons. That's what I would do.
Instead of just, no, there's one. We're out of here. I ain't got time to write 6 others. Because they were dicking around, and I can't undick them.
Says, how about you actually rewrite Dragon Ball GT, Mark, you hack? You bum. You fraud.
Calm down. That's rude.
The chat froze over here.
Oh man.
I like the idea of creating 2 perhaps, but because I'm short on time and I am not designing 2.
Oh, Mark. This don't. What do you mean? Don't.
Then don't put it out this week. Do it a different week when you got more time.
Give it another day. I just came up with the underwear dragon. It just in a second. Come on, Mark.
I don't say this a lot, but Mark, I believe, is better than just, hey, I don't have the time. Now, he is short on time with a lot of the things he does.
Sure.
But at the same time, there is no reason to release this today. Give this another 3 weeks. Give it another 2 months.
If you're going to do it, do it. You haven't designed anything, Mark.
2 distinct dragons for my editor to animate around in this video, we are going to contend with just Omega Shenron. But
if the story would be made better by actually doing that, because you're fixing it, do that then, so that people can't come up and just go fixing Mark's fixing of Dragon Ball GT.
Hey, all right, Patty to Xavier.
Up for the lack of other dragons, so don't worry.
A power scaling thing or
fantasy football? You see, when you've got the running back in the position of a flex, you can.
Oh, that what this feels like?
Wish made, Gohan and the others are restored to life and the destruction undone. But in the same way Shenron vanished, so too does Porunga prematurely on New Namek, leaving
Nami
behind
the goat
nothing but a
says,
few.
Did I hear underwear dragon WTF?
Yeah, you heard me. Pasting a PNG on screen, such hard work. Yeah, if your editor can't take an additional 2 minutes for 2 more dragons and can't do that in 3 or 4 hours with the footage that they have, fire them. Tender your resignation, as it were.
Shattered shards and some black smoke that too escapes into the atmosphere. The unforeseen consequences of this wish, despite its careful wording, results in the emergence of a devastating new foe. Okay, so you might be wondering, where does this dragon come from? Well, the black smoke that escaped into the sky both at the beginning of the baby arc in this retelling and on Namek just now has traveled at great speed, a great distance to one specific location, the former site of the once great planet Namek.
No, it should be back because you undid all the Saiyans!
Sure thing, Mark. Sure thing, you got it.
With the unforeseen consequences of the Namekians' wish being the life of the dragon Shenron restored. But with Dende out of commission and the balls inactive or corrupted, the smoke is violently swirling in the black and cold vacuum of space until a silent, draconian warrior emerges named Omega Shenron, the combined force of Porunga and Shenron together. Large in stature and frame, his face turns to contempt and sorrow as he stares through the vacant space planet Namek once occupied. Looking off towards Earth, he takes flight at great speed. Back at Earth, with Goku critically injured and no other option available to heal him, he is transported to the best medical facility in West City. So, with this, you have your typical Goku is in critical care situation, all the while a monster is coming to attack the Earth. But again, because I want this story to give some shine to the next generation, I'd like Gohan and Oob to investigate the sudden arrival of this foe first when he arrives. With Pan having disregarded.
All they're gonna do is just get destroyed.
And all Pan's gonna do is get destroyed.
Until here comes Goku.
Gohan.
Why are they out of beans? Because they're out of beans.
Yeah, shut up. That's the story.
And I can't know they don't have beans.
I can't even blame Mark for this because that's just the story of Dragon Ball. We don't have beans.
They only have as much beans as they can to have no more beans.
Cut the beans in half. No, we can't do that except that one time we did it.
Plot beans. That's all they are. That's all they ever have been.
The sudden arrival of this foe first when he arrives, with Pan having disregarded Gohan's wishes for her to stay out of it, following quickly in tow behind. But when she arrives,
man,
she doesn't find her.
Loses something when that bandana comes
Yeah, no.
That just ties the look together.
There's not a lot of times I'm going to say this, but her aura changes.
Her father and Oob fighting a successful battle against this monster, what she finds are both
One
of them.
for all! Full Cowling! Detroit!
Thank you for the super shout. Gohan has to be saved by Pan so Mark can theme.
Oh, Mark can theme.
Father and Oob fighting a
Wait, Namek's Dragon Balls are huge. Where are they placed on the Mega Shenron? Also, why is it called Shenron? Where's the Porunga representation? Bro, Gohan died twice.
He can't make a new name. He doesn't have the time.
Successful battle against this monster, what she finds are both of them incapacitated. Landing by her father's side, Gohan comes to her and tells her that he can't move and that she needs to travel to Korin's tower and hope beyond hope that they have
Gohan sucks.
Yeah, Gohan sucks in your timeline, Mark. He sucks.
He needs to travel to Korin's tower and hope beyond hope that they have one or at least a partially grown Sensu Bean for Goku to take. Initially hesitant to leave her father behind, Shenron sets his sights on Pan. Inches from grabbing her, an explosion of red aura erupts beneath the rubble. It's Oob. With one punch, he knocks this monster through a vacant building
True
before
Evolution
turning...
Liar Hope says, "Goodbye, Pan. You're the reason I'm dead."
his attention to Pan, exhausted.
Yeah, where is Boo? He has healing magic.
Oh no! Mark forgot about that.
Yeah, where's Boo?
Oh no!
Partially grown Sensu Bean. What the f is this? I remember the Majin Buu rewrite Gohan was an unconscious merchant. Is that the same here? Sure feeling that way.
He knocks this monster through a vacant building before turning his attention to Pan. Exhausted, he shouts, "This might be all I've got left. I don't know how much longer I can hold him off, but do as your father said and go get Master Goku!" Sensing Pan's frantic energy rushing towards Korin Tower, using his magic carpet, Popo teleports to Korin's place and retrieves an immature small pip of a bean. It's all they had, but it's better than nothing. Using his carpet's teleportation abilities, he brings Pan to the medical facility where Goku is resting, explaining that they don't have much time and that by now Shenron must have disposed... But before he can even complete that sentence, Shenron cuts him off. Trying to reason with him, Mr. Popo asks why he's here, what's going on, but Shenron remains silent. Raising his hand dispassionately to destroy both of them, Oob once again appears between them and he. On the verge of collapse and having used the last of his energy to teleport to their side, he accepts his fate, willing to take this blast if it means Pan and Popo survive.
How did he teleport there?
Oh,
but Oob.
He knows intertransmission. No, Mark said this earlier when he saved Pan. Intertransmission.
Surprisingly, the attack doesn't come. Shocked by this, they all look to Shenron, whose attention isn't on them, but is pointed squarely towards the rooftop. It's Piccolo.
Okay, you know what? I will give this because he's a Namekian and the original holder of the Dragon Ball, so maybe Shenron felt that anymore. He felt that energy because it's coming from past wishes, so maybe he felt that energy and just like holy shit.
But he's not anymore.
No, but I'll give it. If that's the direction he's going, and not just, oh my god, it's Piccolo.
Why wouldn't he go after Dende?
Dende's hurt or dead.
That doesn't... He's not hurt. I mean, he's not dead. He's just hurt. When he go after... Press play.
Touching down, after just a moment, something in Piccolo tells him that he knows what this creature is. Something inside him forces a sentence out. In Namekian, he utters, "Who are you and why are you here?"
There's Porunga. There you go, Dad. There's your representation. He knows Namekian.
Shenlong speaks for the very first time, explaining to Piccolo that he has come to Earth not for revenge, but to restore balance to the universe after the abuse of the Dragon Balls. Naming both Vegeta and Goku as the main culprits responsible for the damage done, it's thanks to them that Frieza and his minions sought out planet Namek in the first place. It's because of Goku's refusal to avoid conflict with Frieza that caused the planet's destruction, and it's—
What was Goku supposed to do? Talk him down? Shenron, you suck! Yeah, that's not fair. Avoid conflict, then things would have been a lot worse.
Frieza, can't we just talk?
Oh, my heart. That's been death beamed. And then he goes over and either threatens a Namekian and has him become immortal, or he just goes, wolf this planet, and boom.
Yeah, Bulma made the radar. Where's her culpability in this? Talk no Jutsu Frieza. Talk no Ki.
Neo Arcadia says, "You guys aren't getting the full picture. Mark is being very faithful to Toriyama by forgetting things unintentionally and making everything up as he goes without
We're
thinking."
Boo! You can still change! Frieza!
Due to the Earthlings' actions that both Shenlong and Porunga were pushed to the point of destruction in just a few short decades. He views these individuals and the Earthlings as ultimately self-serving and seeks to re-establish the natural order.
They weren't self-serving. All the wishes that they made.
Most of the wishes.
No, those two in particular.
Oh, okay.
Well, not even Vegeta, because Vegeta made 0 wishes.
He just kind of gave them an idea for a wish.
If you're going, these 2 months are to blame, there's a lot of people to blame in terms of why the wishes were made.
Now, that might seem like a bit of a tone shift, and I understand that this might run the risk of coming across as, I don't know, a little severe and serious, but in truth, my vision for this isn't intended to be that at all. What I am trying to highlight, however, with these story footnotes is what I believe was GT's biggest issue. It was trying too hard to look backwards and recapture that magic in a bottle, trying to cash in on that Dragon Ball 1980s nostalgia when they would have been much better served only looking back to inform what comes next.
But they did that in the first arc, and then they got away from that.
The original Dragon Ball was wall-to-wall lighthearted adventure fare in the beginning, but eventually, even prior to Z, Toriyama started to play with increasingly darker themes.
And isn't that baby?
Yeah, that's what happened here. It's not, you could say that, that's why they went to the darker themes of GT. No, they could just be like, okay, this lighthearted stuff is not working, it's not what the people want, so we go on to the action stuff.
And when Z eventually did come around, he turned that aggression and intensity up even farther. So much so that by the time the end of the series rolled around, this once lighthearted adventure tale with naive characters had transformed into a far more serious and complex action epic.
Oh,
I don't think, outside of power scaling, this isn't complex.
Complex, Mark, I would not give you that particular word when describing any aspect of Dragon Ball Z, except unless you're talking about the Namekian Book of Legend and what the legends of the Namekian is, because there are, let us never forget, 2 different stories of the story of the Super Saiyan.
In fact, yes, there are.
It certainly wasn't outright complex by standard terms, but it had become most certainly more complicated. And look,
that's not complex.
Yeah.
You have a string, and then you have 2 strings, and you're like, grab the left string. Well, it used to be just grab the string, and now it's the left string. It's slightly more complicated, but not really.
1 + 1 + 1 is more complicated than 1 + 1. Doesn't mean that it's any more complicated than in one of those big equations that I'm just like,
Pantheon theory or whatever. GT went the same route. Like, what does he want?
Looking back, the progression is stark, but it was always gradual and most importantly, moving in one direction, forward. And so, in keeping with the final creative note Dragon Ball Z ended with, my goal with this story and the ending I will soon be sharing with you is to present a version of Dragon Ball GT that progresses the story while feeling informed by the past. And to fully achieve that, I want to borrow another aspect from the original GT.
The original GT that stole from, that did the bad thing of going back to the original Dragon Ball. And
Dutch says, Mark is hack mode right now.
Yeah, Mark just isn't really a creative type, it seems, in terms of rewriting things. This is just not very. It's too convoluted in some places, and then just too simple in others.
The ideas are all there. You just can't put them together, really. I really have to do something with the jackpot now because the economy's already in shambles, so might as well just up that again.
The original Shadow Dragons left a lot to be desired, to say the least, but what I thought was very interesting was that they each represented a specific wish made on the Dragon Balls. Each of them a physical manifestation of
That's
the
a good
past
idea. Yeah, it was a good idea. So let's just get rid of that because I ain't got time to develop that.
Let's repurpose it and make Shenron have different powers based off those wishes.
No.
The balls themselves. And while I only have one dragon, I do love the idea of his power being derived from the accumulation of wishes rather than the absorption of individual dragons. Each of these wishes, or a host of them, could be caused by a single individual, a single Earth's defender. And so, seeing as Piccolo is chatting with Shenron right now, let's use him. He's been responsible for some of the wishes made, and also responsible for the messes that required wishes to be fixed. And so, I kinda love the idea of these two squaring off, not just as a test of strength to determine the victor.
This has nothing to do with his previously being Kami. It's just that he made a couple wishes. This has nothing to do with what you said, VG.
No, it doesn't.
This is a completely different direction, sir.
It would have made so much more sense. Because why would Shenron even give him the time of day in that instant?
It is completely different, sir.
But also a test of maturity. A test for Piccolo to prove that he's undergone a reconciliation completely. This could offer him the opportunity
was there any contention that he hasn't been a good guy through all of...
Who knows? We could have got Majin Piccolo.
VG was wrong, shocker.
Hey, hold up.
Just to jump in to rescue those that he loves, but to go all the way and outright declare that no harm shall come to this planet or the people that inhabit it as long as he's still breathing.
But you've already kept the Vegeta doing that with being Earth's protector, and then you're just doing this again with Piccolo. Why? Have something different for Piccolo, or have something different for Vegeta.
Very well take place across the entire series, with Shenron getting the better of them. However, in the process, despite their defeat, thanks to the valor of their efforts, his power slowly starts to be chipped away, gradually, until he comes face to face with the most formidable opponent, and arguably the man responsible for a large portion of the wishes made on both sets of Dragon Balls, Vegeta.
Why would the editor show Vegeta before you say the word Vegeta, which just ruins the tension of the character you're talking about?
Is Goku gonna turn Super Saiyan 4? And under what circumstances? He's got 7 minutes.
Or is it just gonna be those two fusing because Vegeta can turn Super Saiyan 4? They're able to turn Super Saiyan 4. Would it work that way?
Look at them shoulders.
Like if could a fusion of Goku and Gohan during the Buu arc become Ultimate / Mystic and Super Saiyan 3?
Do you want to hear the power scale?
Oh my god, impossible!
There is an argument that Vegeta, because they share the knowledge and experiences, that Vegeta does in fact know Super Saiyan 3.
And he's just never busted out?
Correct.
For no reason other than it just not busted out?
That is also a theory as to why he now knows Super Saiyan 2.
Wasn't Majin Super Saiyan 2? Wouldn't that be the knowledge?
There are power scaling arguments if you want to talk about...
Dutch says, yes, tell the powers calling.
You tried, Robot Lady.
There was a debate of beginning of Buu arc Vegeta versus a fused Gotenks. And the argument came down to, does he know Super Saiyan 2? Is Majin Super Saiyan 2? And that's a whole different thing. So we need to talk about if he knows it, if Majin is even Super Saiyan 2, because it could have just been the lightning.
Hey, DA.
And
obvious
also,
reasons.
Also the
obvious
fact that
reasons.
Toriyama plays
reasons.
fast and loose with Super Saiyan 2, because I've talked about how the fact that there's still debates going on if Gohan was Super Saiyan 2 against Deborah, because he had the lightning, but his hair was different from Super Saiyan 2. That is what it was supposed to be. So
hey, DA.
Yes.
What were those 3 letters in that thing? That you...
Battle. And then you continue. Battle. Battle.
But I don't want this to be a simple fight like Piccolo's was. Instead, what I want to do is use this as an opportunity for Vegeta to demonstrate his ability not to let his hunger for battle get in the way of his judgment, and instead demonstrate cunning strategy in the name of saving the most people he can.
Why couldn't that also be with Piccolo? Why did Piccolo need to have a simple battle?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you do whatever you want? Because you've got a blank
it's
canvas.
supposed to be this reformation. Hey, Piccolo's actually good. Why wouldn't it be I'ma save people as opposed to fighting you?
And to emphasize...
Wait, who's around? Who's the people around that Vegeta would need to save?
They're still near the hospital.
Okay.
So, people near the hospital.
Where's Goku?
He's still in the...
He hasn't
eaten the bean yet.
Or is the bean
David
so
Oguwa says,
puny it's working
when Mark
slow?
was talking about Dragon Ball becoming more complex and serious, he used the Buu arc as an example. Even that arc had the most comedy out all DBZ.
But it was also very complex with 2 different forms of fusion introduced.
Oh
Mystic.
no! The comments in this video are cooking Mark.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Because he's not a very good storyteller.
He's not.
And with a lot of things, what you value is what you're gonna write.
Mm-hmm.
So he values something different than what the audience of Dragon Ball would value, and therefore he writes. And then he's also just flat out not a very good writer,
or he's not a very good writer in terms of creating or reworking a story. Because there's been many times he's given analysis and it's been very good.
Cooking.
But this one is just like, hey, I'm trying to recreate what happened in GT, but fixing the issues of it, and it's just not going in a particularly great direction.
Because he seems to have a mindset of, I need to give people things to do. So what does Pan do? Well, she turns Super Saiyan and then she gets punched and then that's all that she does. What does Piccolo do? Well, he fights for a second and then ultimately does nothing. But he did something. Mm-hmm. And that's all his mindset is. I need to give these people something to do. And this is something to do. And then we go back onto the track of, oh, here comes Vegeta and he's fighting.
Even with that example of you with Pan, it could have been Pan and Chi-Chi. And we could have gotten a nice little technique
says,
and power.
Why not have Piccolo and Vegeta fight together?
Hey, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Example comment singles out Guru as being kept in the story, never mentions him again, gives no time or logical reason as to when he would enter the story, refuses to elaborate further.
Didn't.
Oh yeah, the little guy. That's actually crazy. He did give a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Out that vision, I want to use Trunks. In Dragon Ball Z, the way Vegeta treated future Trunks was cold to say the least. So much so that I could see him regretting a lot of the time he wasted being so self-serving. And so,
hey, maybe we should have seen that. There was a whole nother arc after the Trunks thing. Maybe we should have heard about that or something. He gave a big monologue about, I do this for you, Goku, and or maybe it would have been there, but no.
I never even hugged you.
What if, instead of facing this threat head on...
Yeah, Mark is good at drawing.
In preparation for it, he takes Trunks to the room of spirit and time for as long as he can afford to. And through that...
they actually could have shown some of that.
See the stark difference in the mentor that he has become, with the results being an eventual battle and story climaxing not in just a show of tremendous power for Vegeta, but instead a show of tremendous pride, not in himself, but in the warrior and man that his son has become.
Oh, the lordy.
I need to give Trunks something to do. Well, he fought in the hyperbolic time chamber, and now he gets a moment as a Super Saiyan 2 when Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta isn't doing well. And that makes sense because it does. And then we move on.
And Vegeta's proud of it for some reason.
And it's going to be so nondescript that we just go, he gets a moment, and then we move on. You just go, okay, he gets that moment, but what's the moment and how does it make sense that a Super Saiyan 2 fictional, non-trained Trunks is doing as well or anything against somebody that Super Saiyan 4 couldn't do anything against?
Maybe it's like the Super Saiyan Rage thing where Trunks gets a boost for some inexplicable reason that pushes him further beyond what
cheeks.
in the process that he, Vegeta, is not only a changed man, but no longer the egomaniac that led to so many wishes being made in the face of so many.
But we know that he's not that person. He had the respect for Goku's speech. We know we don't need to see that. We understand that this is again, like with Piccolo, not in contention that he has any evil or ill will in his heart. We know that he's changed.
I think this reconciliation could be really powerful, and in finding out where Shenron gets his strength, he could volunteer to give up his life if it means atoning for the sins he's committed on Namek, on Earth.
How would that atone for this?
But you're essentially taking what happened with Super in the moral arc. That's you're just doing that. You can't even make your own story there, because that's what happened with moral in whatever.
And across his life. The conclusion of this bout would be the defeat of Vegeta, much the same as Piccolo, but the dramatic weakening of Omega Shenron even farther.
Yeah, he's just weakened. What did he do? Well, he's just weakened.
He fought a lot and then he got weaker.
In the restoration of the Namekian Dragon Balls, which sets up the events of the final fight perfectly. Now, naturally, I want Goku primarily as the focus for the majority of this final clash, with the fate of the Earth hanging in the balance. Now, naturally, I want Goku primarily here as the focus for the majority.
He stuck the editing.
That's fine.
He did the same line twice. So he.
Oh no, yeah, I heard it.
I'm just explaining for the audience.
No, battlefield removal.
Fight perfectly. Now, naturally, I want Goku primarily as the focus for the majority of this final clash, with the fate of the Earth hanging in the balance. Now, naturally, I want Goku primarily here as the focus for the majority of the final clash. I mean, it is his last hurrah. With the fate of the Earth hanging in the balance, his friends taken by Shenron, and slowly
Spice
losing...
says,
pretty clean.
He is killing the people that are the reasons for the wishes, so that is why he is losing power.
That would be a good.
Hey, yeah, if he explained that would, because I was even gonna say, but then the underwear thing came into play, so I was like, I can't do that idea.
Kill Oolong. Who cares?
But no, not that part. I'm talking about. I would have liked if they set about in some way trying to reverse some of the wishes they made that allowed the dragon to be corrupted, and maybe if those wishes go away.
But that's hard. If it's
that's what I'm saying.
Wishing a bunch of people back. Just have it be that he has the 7 Dragon Balls on his chest, and they just get destroyed. They're targeting those specifically, so they don't care if they get hit, so long as they crack the ball.
It is his last hurrah. With the fate of the Earth hanging in the balance, his friends taken by Shenron, and slowly losing power, despite putting up a commendable battle, despite understanding why he's there, Goku collapses to the ground. And so, with Shenron marching now steadily towards the defeated Saiyan, it seems his fate has been sealed. However, despite being totally drained of every last ounce of energy that he possesses...
Yeah, for some reason, he's a Super Saiyan 4 now.
No, I don't mean
he's a Super Saiyan 5. He's
I don't
Mystic.
mean that. Yeah, I mean Ultra Instinct.
Nah. No. Super Saiyan 4.
Goku smiles and says, I know you're there, you know. I
Dragon Fist!
kinda need your help. And with that, suddenly, King Kai immediately replies, huh? How did you know that? Equally shocked at the sound of King Kai's voice ringing in his head, Goku's confusion is hastily pushed to the side as time is very quickly running out. King Kai explains that the Namekian dragon has been fully restored and that since they only used 1 wish last time, there are 2 more wishes Goku...
Oh, cool. Great. Fantastic. It's just restored. Great. Cool.
Why?
Yeah, because it is now.
But Shenron's still there. The black
man. Yeah, but this is restored.
What happened?
It got restored.
What? In what aspect? Where?
They were not... together, and then they
are
unbroken.
together. Is that the weakening of it?
They were broken, and now they are not broken anymore. That's what happened.
It's at this point our perspective then shifts to that of the approaching Omega Shenron until he stops, dead in his tracks. To his and our amazement, Goku has jumped to his feet more nimble than we had seen him since the start of the story. With speed, he assumes the classic fighting stance for what we now know will be his very last time, and as he does, he smiles and says, oh, it's a relief the Namekians got their dragon back. Those folks have been through enough. I've gotten to fight more than my...
That's not the...
Who is he monologuing to? Boy, it sure is great that the dragon is back and it restored me to full power, and now I'm stronger because of a Zenkai boost.
And now there are thematic issues with what...
This dialogue... Mark cannot write dialogue. He needs an editor to be like, all right, I can make this better. Because he's just so in your face with
What happened
this.
to Baby?
He got away.
Or maybe he's coming now. Fire yet.
My fair share of strong guys during my lifetime, but you're definitely the strongest. It's a good thing the Earth has never needed to rely on me alone. Enraged by this, Shenron rushes Goku, exclaiming, "You arrogant fool, to think after all of this you still abuse their magic!" But just as soon as he finishes that sentence, Goku's legs give way beneath him. He falls to the floor, barely conscious. With a smile on his face, he whispers, "Thanks for the boost. I needed it," as the entity known as Baby relinquishes control of the Saiyan.
There's Baby!
You thought Mark already thought 2 steps ahead of you. Mark's cooking. You
Cuts.
idiot. You thought.
Get marked month, idiot.
You've been marked.
Fool this man!
This entire circumstance was a massive distraction and one that granted Oob the chance to emerge unseen, armed with a powerful Genki Dama. Launching it towards Shenron, it seems as though the world is saved. However, while it grazed him-
So Shenron didn't see that, didn't
We
sense
can't
that?
escape from this mother. Where does he come from? What Mark?
But he had, in that time that Goku stood up and then
Can't escape from
collapsed.
this mother. Where does he come from? What Mark?
In the time that he stood up and said those 2 sentences, he made a spirit bomb big and strong enough that it could be that it could defeat Shenron. That doesn't make too much sense,
Why
sir.
wouldn't he let Pan do this one? Give her some.
Bomb is successfully dodged. Now hurtling
Oh,
towards
it didn't work! No! Now Ultra Instinct.
Nah, impossible. No, we've already said it's impossible.
who too has been devastated by this battle alongside her grandpa. The fate of the world rests heavily on how she reacts to this very moment. Her bravado
What?
Don't bounce it back.
What?
is gone, and her confidence has been shaken since her failure in the prior arc. However, cutting through the doubt, she hears a lone voice exclaim, "Bounce it back!" It's her father.
No, Gohan, no! Because you see, Goku did that to Gohan,
Dude,
and
I
now
got goosebumps.
the
Oh my
thematic loop has been closed.
What happened to looking forward? Why?
No.
Says, boo.
But you see, don't you remember when Goku said that to Gohan and he bounced it back? Do you not remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay, so now Gohan is doing that to his child, thus closing the loop. That is what we call theme. Okay?
Hey, Mark themed.
Get themed, idiot.
This is over.
Mark themes.
If I can do it, you can too.
No, we got it, Mark.
And,
we got it, editor. We understand what's going on here. Okay? You don't need to be like, this occurred in chapter 271 when Goku did. No, we got it.
Beautiful callback to Gohan's
No,
moment.
it's not beautiful. It's just the thing.
It's really heavy-handed, Mark.
You're
It's-
just doing the thing.
It is what it is, Mark.
What? This muff is killing me inside.
Oh,
This is awful.
It's killing me inside.
We can't escape from this mother. Where does he come from? What Mark?
Frieza, if you could just find it in your heart.
I can find it in yours.
Heart, you say?
Funny you should mention that. This is
Awful. Awful.
I gotta, yep. It's a big one.
can't we just talk?
It's a biggin. There we go.
Are anatomies so constant through the universe that the heart is something that Frieza would know to target?
Has to be.
Okay.
He has to have that. He has to have a functioning penis and balls with the spermatozoa that can impregnate a human woman.
But does Frieza know that?
Why wouldn't he?
Because he doesn't have that.
But he's probably studied the Saiyans, or at least has the information. Does he have
Why
that?
does first, second, and third form Frieza have trunks?
For his massive dong.
But does his dong retract in his final form?
The final form.
Wait,
it's
the final form is his original form, and he made the other forms to conceal his power.
Yeah, so
did he also make a penis?
Yeah, he went, hey, the Saiyans.
Hey, I want one of them.
I want one of them. And by God, the scientists cooked it up. A problem?
I guess not. I guess he willed himself to have a penis.
Can we talk?
And then he recognized modesty and just like, I gotta cover this up.
There's no one else dog free out here.
Nobody else hanging dog. I guess because his father also had trunks.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah, if father is like this, it must mean that I must also not hang dog.
I guess it's just not cool to just have this swinging around. So I'll put on some trunks.
Thank you for the super chat. The power is stored in the balls.
We don't know what's under those trunks. I understand that. But why have them? Because there's got to be something under there. Because it's not there in its final form. The trunks are not there. So there has to be something to cover it. Otherwise, why have them in all other forms where it's fourth one when we factually know there ain't nothing there? And look, I don't want to look this up.
No.
I don't, because it's out there.
And it'd have to be safe search off.
And it would have to be safe search off. But then you also just have to be like, okay, we know factually that the Namekians
do not.
They spit out eggs.
Yep.
But they wear pants.
Yep. So you'd assume they have something under there.
You would assume, but it wouldn't make sense other than just simply for waste disposal. But where does modesty come in there? Because it's not a sexual organ.
Outstanding.
If Frieza's the strongest in the universe, why would he care about modesty?
Yeah, the Emperor's new clothes.
Yeah, that's a good
or
question.
Not the King's, whatever.
Why does he have a penis?
Or does he not have a penis?
But
and
why
that's just part of his skin?
Is it no?
We don't know that.
Because he boom, and then the armor came off.
Mm-hmm. And everything else came off.
Not the trunks.
No, where'd the trunks go once he transformed then?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
part of his. It's part of.
No.
Yeah, it has to be.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why not?
Because
that's not
they
really
are
an
a
answer.
piece of fabric.
Is it?
It's just aesthetic, y'all.
We don't know that. Yeah, it
I'm
could be
just
like
saying,
a dog's where it retracts.
If
and
I don't have a penis, then I wouldn't wear trunks.
Isolate that.
Final form Frieza does not have a penis, so he doesn't wear trunks. But he does wear trunks in his other forms. So why, if he doesn't have a penis? So my thought must be he has a penis to cover. I don't.
It's the only logical conclusion.
It's the only logical conclusion. And then you have to go, why did he make a penis? Because his first, second, and third form were made to conceal his overwhelming power from his fourth form.
During the Saiyan arc, Pan, now brimming with conviction, plants her feet, spikes this Genki Dama with deadly accuracy and godly power towards this unsuspecting dragon. Sent flying into the air, but with a smile, Shenron fades. And with his departure, so too do the skies fall.
Oh my goodness.
That
was horrific.
the Earth's dragon has been restored. This whole story then concludes with the final episode of GT, which is almost perfect, but I do want to make two small
Hey, baby! Oh, he may talk about baby.
Why was Goku a kid? Why did the dragons get corrupted?
I'd like to know about baby. Let's just continue on.
Firstly, I want everyone who's there to rush Goku and ask what his wish was for, only for him to then reveal that he never made a wish, because that's what got them into this mess in the first place. In the end, he just bet on the strength of his friends. Looking at Pan, he says that the Dragon Balls are going to be going away for a while, that they may return someday, but he cautions them that once they do, they need to rely on each other and not their magic. The very same way
just spell it out, Mark. That's how we do this.
Oops. My Steam winter sale. Y'all can't see
Could
that.
have been something
his
worse.
trust in them today. He anoints Oob as the Earth's protector before shifting his attention to Pan's specific.
Vegeta just like, hey, what the hey, yo.
Can he do that?
I'm Super Saiyan. You can't do what I do. I'm stronger than you, mother. Who is you? You don't have the kind of... He just pushes Oob over like, nah.
Can we fight for it?
Specifically, he tells her that she saved the world well and truly and that he never doubted her, not for a second. All the same stuff happens in this wonderfully emotional closing segment, but like I said, there is a second change that I would like to employ. As we skip forward in time to the World Martial Arts Tournament, Pan sits as a doting grandmother watching her grandson when she sees what she thinks is her grandpa Goku for the first time in what must be 50, 60 years.
And his friend, baby.
Get a better view. As soon as she gets close, he vanishes. However, looking down at where he once stood, she finds an old memento and a sign that magic has once again returned.
Okay, did he draw this? Why didn't you just draw some of the others instead of the imagination SpongeBob?
To the world of Dragon Ball.
Because this is just repurposing an already existing design and then just putting arms on it.
Okay, just throw some gold in her hair.
No, because then you have to figure out how, with such long hair, does it spike up like that? Would it be like a Trunks or...
And that's how I would have written GT. As a conclusion to all of the disparate threads of Dragon Ball.
Where did Baby come from? Where did Baby go? Why did Baby help? You can't just throw that in and just go, that's why this...
Why couldn't he?
Because it's not... That's not story. That's not writing, if you were to say that.
Dressing as many interesting angles that harken back to the past as I can, while using as many elements of what made GT popular with a primary focus on establishing the future. Because if there was any lesson to truly be gleaned from Dragon Ball, it's that the adventure never really ends and that there's always another formidable challenge waiting for us around the next corner. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I've been totally not Mark, and thank you all so much for watching.
Oh, I want the same fit as I had 7 years ago. Hold my hand. Hey yo, Don is the it is the best. I'll put it top 7? Top 7 of all time.
That's crazy.
Get in there. Don is the
It's good, but top 7
Get out of here. Top 7 easy.
Top 7
How about the top 7? You can only pick one from each series. So no 6 One Piece openings.
I still say
crazy.
Top 7.
Don is the get out of here.
It's good, but
ALX is over. We've broken up over Don. This is the last straw. This is the only straw. He just zoomed into DSP. It sucks.
I forgot how to do this for the mobile version because I'm trying to blow it up.
Is it just down past the playlist?
Oh yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, there's the Giru thing. Bro, what is it when you would say Gohan needs more agency and then the only thing he ever does in your rewrites is get knocked the out and die?
No, neon hot halos. No. I feel like the other Shadow Dragons could have been used as a way for side characters to actually.
Yeah.
Wolf.
Nope. I ain't got time to do that. Sorry.
Oh yeah, heart that one, Mark. Yeah, heart that one, Mark. Honestly, I do not mind how Vegeta got Super Saiyan 4 in the original show, as it shows that Vegeta can now move fast as Pride and go in order to protect the planet.
We've seen that.
I don't want to be harsh, but I don't think this is good.
177 thumbs up, big ups.
The way you're describing it, after the whole debacle of the Black Star Dragon Ball, nobody on Earth does anything until Baby shows up except asking for info from the Namekians. There's no Grand Tour, no looking for a solution, nothing. That's a lot of passivity and a lot of empty space until Baby shows up. Oh, Jesus. And the plot kicks back up again. There's also no timer to the Earth's destruction, so there's no rush to get things solved. Also, why is Baby's lab the only thing that gets resurrected by the corrupted dragon's wish? Why not the whole Tuffle civilization?
I think it did, but the only thing that matters was the what they destroyed, which was the buildings and everything. And the lab, which was almost finished. I will give them that.
Also, the problem with the Shadow Dragons, in my opinion at least, wasn't that there were too many. It's that only Goku and Pan were allowed to fight them. The solution would have been to have each member of the cast to fight an individual dragon at the same time.
They all
Goku,
needed to be destroyed at the same time.
I don't want to throw, but this feels like it needed more time in the planning.
Yes,
and more beta.
This seems
there's a lot of weird holes and problems in this.
Dude, it seems like a first draft.
First, if we're keeping Giru, but the way the story is laid out, he wouldn't even exist, so saying you're keeping him is pointless. Second, while I understand that a video like this is meant to convey a severely stripped back skeleton of what
Cameron
would
Bailey
be a much
says,
longer set.
Speaking of DDD, Trigger started a new vid.
Yeah, we know.
I've not seen Don, unfortunately. So,
yeah, he hasn't read it. You know why? Because y'all had us read and watch like 40 hours worth of
And you know what? Probably didn't even really need to watch Cyberpunk. Because he didn't talk about Cyberpunk.
High key. And as we know from Triggered, we probably only needed 20 chapters or so.
And even Dangers in My Heart. I just needed that first episode.
Yeah, we kind of wasted time. Rampant abortion
is worth it.
Yeah, I'm not reading all of this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Look at that TLDR.
TLDR. I feel like there are a lot of missed opportunities in cutting down the series into the parts you like without actually filling in the gaps of what missed.
The parts you like.
I don't think a single video could do a rewrite justice, but what does a random commenter know anything about the Dragon Ball compared to the expert? Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Mark replied to this one. I can see what your issue is. In my mind, I wanted to make this a moment where Vegeta finally achieved something Goku hadn't.
But that's all that it is. Yep. It's just meta stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of meta stuff. Yeah, all right. Oh yeah. So there.
Yeah, people weren't digging this.
People are not digging this, Mark Buddy. Yeah. Y'all, this and field thing. Oh. Next week, get your field clips ready. Tuesday, we're doing the Triggered Senpai Chainsaw Man thing. We're not doing Mark Month, thank you.
Big ups.
Next Saturday is field stuff, and then we're back to the videos we want.
Did y'all do the Jello One Piece vid? It is short?
No, it's not short. It's like 11,000 hours.
It's 8 minutes, the short one.
Oh. It's gonna feel like 11,000 hours.
The thing about that is, I honestly just have zero interest in doing it because number one, it is a lot of jokes. It is a joke video, and number two, it's a lot of here's the point, move on. I did what I said because I'm the one who gathers all the revisited videos. Mm-hmm. What I do to test them out to see if it's good is I go to 3 random points in the video, and if I think I have something to say for most of them, I will go, okay, this gets added to the list. And then when we do it, we go, okay, we skip around. Okay, I guess I was wrong. I'll take out this thing if it's not good, or we'll put it on the list, or we'll do it. But I did that for this, and what I landed on was he just goes, all of these characters can be cut, and he just goes through a bunch of characters that can be cut. No explanation about why they can be cut. Okay. there was another one where he goes, they're the big shadowy organization where everybody is wrong except for the people that Oda thinks is cool, so they're right. And then he shows Garp and Akainu, and he goes, except for the fact that they steal and suck. And I'm just like, why do Garp and Akainu, not Akainu, Aokiji, why do they suck? And then there was one more point that I don't remember, but it's just a bunch of here is the point, moving on, and that's just Bricky, explain yourself, you baby. So there's not really too much to get from that video because it's, number one, jokes where you just go, is this a joke point? How much thought did you put into this?
Onion XL says, Dali abortion factory.
Abortion factory. Yeah. How much thought can you put into it? Because it's just like, well, that one was just a joke, and you know we talk about jokes on this thing, but it's just a non-explored joke, and then he moves on, and the other things are, well, you just didn't really explain this at all, so all we can do is just explain yourself, you baby, and explain why you're wrong, or just interpret what we think he's gonna say, or what he meant by that, and that's just 8 minutes of that, and that's just not really anything if he's not explaining what he meant, and that's why I have zero interest in doing that.
There you go.
That's just my thought about it.
And he's the curator, so his word is law as far as this revisited goes, unless I get a free revisited because we did a bet and I won. Speaking of bets,
yeah, that's what I'm just like, yeah, I understand it is bad. I understand that it misrepresents One Piece and a lot of things, but it's just not fleshed out enough. It's
for us to get
anything out of it other than you're wrong for these reasons. When you go, all of the Marines suck with no explanation. All the Marines suck, and we just have to go, no, this not because of this, and then it's just like we're not really disproving anything other than just these nothing words.
Revisited is really about like counter analysis.
Yes.
And if a person is not presenting actual analysis, it's really hard for us to do anything with it outside of just doing like a many because reasons where we go against the issues of the series itself that they're talking about or the positives of the series itself that they're talking about, as opposed to whatever their opinion is and us countering that opinion.
And that's just what it is in terms of the entertainment value that I would see in doing that video.
See, here's another thing. Y'all may personally find it entertaining, but Revisited is for us. This is for us.
We'll sometimes be nice and like the people want this.
Yeah, like this bush.
Well, our hands are tied on this one.
No, Viewer Quest Month as a whole is the people want this. The auction streams are the people want this. Sometimes, like you said, we went back to that in This Is Awful Dude, Anime Wins. That's because we were going for a little bit, so that's for the people.
That was your idea.
And it worked. We got a sound clip out of it, and I remember
nothing else.
Hey, do you remember anything about that?
What do you mean?
Oh, do you remember anything about the video? Out of our mind, but we got a piece of history forever thanks to it. Pain in a moment. Many people wanted this.
Yeah, enough to vote for it. And like I said in the Discord, it is simply because the last one had the moment of "It's your fault I'm dead,"
which was a great moment.
People expected that, so they voted for a safe choice, which is nothing wrong with voting for a safe choice. But you didn't watch it to see if there was anything like that, and therefore we just got this theft. So yeah, Triggs next, plus a little mini because reasons on Chainsaw, because I got a lot to say.
Okay.
I'm only on chapter 70, which is like right after I think the assassination point is just wrapping up, where there's a bunch of like the Chinese and the Russians, and they come in and try to get Denji. I think I'm right near the tail end of that.
Yep.
And I got a lot to say. I might as well just catch up because it's just blowing through.
Yeah, I was waiting for part 2 to get a little bit more into it before I started part 2, but it seems like it's getting there. Have you guys ever visited a YouTube that legitimately makes well-constructed arguments where you only disagree with the conclusion? I think Super Eyepatch Wolf's video on Dragon Ball, we didn't have a lot to say, so we just brought up One Piece a lot. But I think the arguments he were making were sound. We couldn't really counter them. They just were nothing arguments as a whole.
didn't vote for anything, so can't be blamed. Well, you're part of the problem.
Yeah.
Something could have gotten another point and then won over this.
Yeah.
So you're part of the problem.
Could've been
Voting,
like-
you're part of the problem. Not voting, you're part of the problem.
Yep. Anybody that participates is a part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I did not participate. I am not part of the problem. Plague of Gripes. Yeah, Plague of Gripes made a lot of great arguments in his Hunter x Hunter video.
But that was also Viewer Request Month.
No, but he's saying, did you come
yeah.
across a video that we did that? Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
No, that was just a good video. It was nothing to really complain about other than one or two small little, hey, that's not enough, and gone. Humanity, whatever.
Yeah.
He also made another video of just like GT versus Daima or something like that. I think it's pretty short, so I think I got it on my watch later list. Calm down.
Yeah, no.
Name and shame. Name and
always-
shame. We got a little time for name and shame.
I don't. Where would this even be? Discord? You want to check the Discord?
Yeah, I'll check the Discord.
And I'll check the actual video, and maybe we do a little name and shame. We typically do name and shames on the next video, but if we can do this quickly, yeah, we'll name and shame. Matter of fact,
Guy,
you piece of
batting 0 for 80.
Now,
Mom showed up to baseball with a hockey stick.
Hold up. That in T23.
That was T23.
It was a hit.
It's irrelevant. He's the month that did the plague.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah, you're not. You bunted that one.
So
they threw a ball and it hit your stick. And then you got on base. Yep. I don't think we have anything else coming up except the two things we talked about.
I really want to do the canceled series for Shonen Jump.
Oh yeah, okay, we can do that.
We can plan that out a little bit later.
But we also got to do our because reasons on Harry Potter.
Yes.
Are we doing movies and books and stuff? Or
I literally
no, I couldn't remember what the conclusion of that was.
You said yeah, and I went, that's a lot. You like, we got a lot of time.
Yeah, we do have a lot of time. I don't mind.
But you got to experience the cursed child.
Yeah,
so.
that's fine.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I know it's gonna be trash. I'm good with that. It is what it is.
What's the worst thing that you
Cat's
think
Bad
is
Movie Day,
in
maybe?
there?
Cat's Bad Movie Day.
It's not a bad
We could do that.
movie
maybe.
day type of movie.
I disagree.
Kelly, no. When he showed up without his jacket,
No.
I
I will remember her screams for the rest of my life. No.
But what do you think is the worst thing in the cursed child?
Let
Let me give you the premise.
I know the premise.
Okay.
They go back in time, use the time.
Who
turn.
goes back in time?
Harry's kid or whatever. They go back in
And
time.
Draco's kid.
Okay, cool. And,
Draco's sniveling coward kid.
Okay, cool. And they prevent the death of Lily and James Potter. And
Nope.
What?
They go back in time to stop. Essentially, they prevent Cedric from grabbing the Tri-Wizard.
Oh, they start there. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
And then he gets so butthurt that he becomes a Death Eater and kills Neville, and therefore Voldemort wins. And then they had to go back in time further.
Oh no.
There's a twist that I want to say, but I can't.
Yeah, you can't. I'm gonna read it. This is very much like a Harry Potter fan fiction I read. It was the Psychic Serpent trilogy, and the 6th book they went back in time, and he did prevent his parents from getting killed, and it turned him into not a Death Eater, but he was part of Slytherin, and Harry was part of Slytherin, and both timelines were working simultaneously.
There was a what?
Yeah.
There was
what happens is in the 5th book he starts. Oh, dude, this is all right. So in the 5th book, he starts dating Hermione, But the reason Harry is dating Hermione is that she's under the Imperius curse. But she doesn't recognize it. And Harry finally figures that out in the 6th book. So he wants to like break off with her because she feels bad that they're together based off of false circumstances. But before that, he goes back in time. I think it's even Voldemort that's kind of like, hey, Harry, you can prevent this, if you know what I'm saying? So he goes back in time.
Well, thanks for helping, old buddy, old pal.
He goes back in time, prevents it, comes back, and he's in a alternate timeline where he's a Slytherin and blah, 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 blah. Then he fixes the timeline and goes back to his original timeline. And he talks to Ron or something. And Ron's like, Harry, you're back. You just kind of been sleepwalking through the past like 8 months. It's real bad.
It stinks.
It stinks. It stinks. It's real bad. Jenny loses her virginity, but to Harry, but Harry's so bad at it that they do it, and he nuts super quick. He's like, do you want me to do some extra? And she's like, no, I'm disgusted and mad about it.
That's just somebody just mad at Harry. He's just like, I'm gonna make it so that Harry can't get it up. Like, why?
What?
What indeed?
It's such a bad point.
Tournament of Vegeta finale is out.
Every couple months every couple years I go back and read that entire trilogy. It stinks. Harry and Draco become friends. Ron's a werewolf. Oh yeah. Oh dude, it's delicious.
True Evolution Liar Hope says, when's the live read of My Immortal?
Never.
There's plenty of them online. That's it's a rough one. Very fun at conventions to hear those live rereads. Jesus. What's the fake called?
Oh, what? Psychic Serpent is the first one, and it's a trilogy of them. Harry Potter and the Psychic. Yep, you can just look up Psychic Serpent, and the Psychic Serpent is the name of the series as well, but that's also the quote-unquote 5th book in it. The 6th book is the one where he goes back in time. And then I think at the 7th book, Ron leads a werewolf revolution.
As he should.
Yeah. It's a really bad series. I think I'm due for a reread.
Last time on Tournament of Vegetas, I'm using only 4% of my fullest so far. Quit yapping the same shit as he is. Am I yapping though?
Is that a clip? Is that a voice clip?
Am I yapping though?
Rapitan says, what do you guys think about Brandon Sanderson?
Someone tried to get me into it, and I always said I was gonna go back and actually read it because I was listening to an audiobook and I was glossing because he just kept saying lashing, I believe it was at the beginning. I was like, he lashed and lashed. I'm like, whoa, what the is going on? So I think I would benefit from reading it. I just never got around to actually reading it.
That's kind of like the rise and the fall of the Governor Walking Dead books, where the author just constantly just keeps going a long moment. It was like he pondered that for a long moment. It's just he constantly using that so much that I recognized it. I'm just like, what are you doing?
That'll teach you something about being a true Saiyan. I am a true Saiyan.
He be trying. Yeah. I can't say nothing else, but he be trying.
Once flesh and blood too. That doesn't make me any lower of a Saiyan than you. Tournament of Vegetas. Final episode. Flashy ending.
Final flash. We're not watching this whole thing, by the way, y'all.
Put them on. These won't work until all 19 are work.
Wait, Michael. I'm an android.
Michael?
King Michael! King Michael!
He's here?
What? He did say in partnership with Hero of Z. We got part of Michael! Michael's here?
Work until all 19 are work.
Wait, Michael. I'm an android. I get infused from what I know. How does that work?
Quite simple, my mechanical friend.
It's King Michael. I can't believe this. I recognize the character. I know who we watched the tournament of Vegeta, and we didn't know who the.
It's King Michael, yo.
It's King Michael.
That's crazy. The revelation.
You still have a soul, don't you? Your soul resides within that body of yours. It wouldn't exist, however, if Jiro didn't save your reproductive organs.
What?
Right.
We can't.
Have a
Oh wait,
nice
I was about
weekend.
to say we can't be talking about Dragon Ball penises, but we did. So
We're
I
already
retract
done
that.
today.
Those jewels of yours.
Alright, y'all. See y'all next
Yeah.
See y'all Tuesday.
It's about to be going off the rails.
We're already talking about his penis. Come on now. Oh wait, did I see our boy? Did I see our boy?
Unbelievable.
Work up to it. You got more in the tank.
Whoa, that happened?
Told you, you lun.
These Vegeta are really strong. Definitely much weaker than my Goku's, but still, there's something else.
It's our boy. I'm so happy. Oh, what are your eyes? What are these eyes?
Michael, really excited. At long last, I can't wait to see what the Saiyan race is made out of.
Both people in full power and all ready to battle. They rush at each other, energy flowing and fists flying.
Just a Michael T23.
We need more Hero of Z.
Let's go home. My wife must be.
Is that going on? I don't know. The gi.
No, it's just
worried sick about me.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's go.
Fine by me.
Are you sure? Are you sure that wasn't? Oh Lord, was that a hug?
Michael and Shifty. The
Who's
ones
Shifty?
left in the arena are a boss, Michael and Shifty.
Let's go home.
Oh wait, Shifty was part of the.
Shifty was.
He was part of the
Shifty.
Hero. Who was Shifty?
Yeah, Shifty.
My wife must be worried sick about me.
Yeah, I feel you. Let's go.
Fine by me.
We can't. We can't.
I gotta ask, Michael. These guys' fuse were pretty powerful combined. Again,
Yeah, that's what fusing me.
not quite stronger than my Goku, but still, they're pretty powerful. But
You said this.
how'd you manage to get them earrings?
I was doubting myself a little bit, to be honest, when I went to ask the master. But he voiced my concern and saw that I didn't have any ill intentions with it. I actually made a good call with the whole blue-red thing. He saw that.
Trunks, how many times do I have to tell you to keep that shit down?
Is he beating Trunks?
Now, see, this seems more. Now, this seems more of the tongue-in-cheek. I understand what's going on here, as opposed to the T23
in earnest,
like, complete earnest, and then there's seconds of just like, you saying what too much? Do you know?
Good evening, love.
Hey, sweetheart.
How'd the tournament go?
Is that
Wait, what
AI?
is this thing? She got the same cadence as 23.
Did he AI a female?
No.
Was it T23?
No.
And he
No.
AI'd a female voice?
No.
Hold on. We might be cooking a little bit here.
Good evening, love.
Hey, sweetheart.
How'd the tournament go?
Pretty good, actually.
Oh,
are you sure?
I think.
Are you sure?
They amaze me.
You did pretty well, dear. You gotta tell me about it.
I'm calling a T23.
This is crazy.
I'm calling a T23.
No, this is crazy.
Listen to that line again.
Why would you?
Damn,
why not Fiverr?
Amaze me.
You did pretty well, dear. You gotta tell me about it.
It's the exact same, and we've heard it enough,
yes,
to instantly recognize this muff's cadence.
As soon as Trunks gathers his good boy
Meme
points.
Spice says, "We need
Do you
more
wanna
Hero
gather-
Z soon."
As soon as Trunks gathers his good boy points.
Do you want to gather yours?
Gather mine? You're on.
Peak out of 10.
Dang. Sucks that this is our last episode ever. This is what we gotta go out on.
Crazy. Channel gone.
Never existed.
We will stop coming to these. Well, you can't come to these
Stop
anymore.
voting for these. Stop nominating these.
Yeah, that's the real one.
Get it, Michael? King Michael.
Yeah. And Shifty.
That's the reason.
Yeah. Crazy bars. Crazy bars. Alright.
Alright, that's it.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Shove off.
I got Chainsaw Man to read.
There you go.
Man, and love it. Oh boy. Great stuff there, y'all.
Gory.
Chainsaw Man.
Great. There's at least one part that's great.
Is it the car scene?
That's when I loved her. That's the
I loved her beforehand.
No. I really liked her. That's when I was like, oh, she might be one of my favorites of all time.
It's crazy.
It's one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in manga.
Completely insane.
I reread that car scene like 10 times. I can't remember the last time I laughed that hard. It's so good.
We can
so
talk about
good.
that in a few days.
Yep. All right. Yeah, get out of here. We've got nothing left. I got nothing left.